Connor! What is up, my guy?
Yo, you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
What's up?
Battling through the technicalities as usual. That's what it is being on the FYEAH Volkswagens podcast.
Yep.
Dude, thanks for coming on and chatting with me, bro. I've been really...
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I've been super excited, really stoked to chat with you. Not only are you into Mk1s and you have a dope truck, but you're also a phenomenal skateboarder. And actually, if anything, I want to talk about skateboarding more than Volkswagens. But since it is a Volkswagen podcast, I guess we could talk about cars, you know. But let's just, I got to introduce you. Connor Wine, everybody, on the podcast. He's like my favorite person to follow on Instagram. How do you say your Instagram handle again? I always forget.
Wannerkine.
Wannerkine. At Wannerkine.
Yeah.
On Instagram.
Yeah, it's just my first and last name, but the first two letters are flipped.
I see it now. Duh. I see it now. Dude, thanks again for coming on. Like I said, I've been so excited to sit you down and chat with you for a little bit, dude, especially since you're into skateboarding and the Volkswagens. I think we can groove on a lot of things together tonight.
Yeah,
so I'm
for sure.
super stoked about that. Let's just get right into the car thing then, dude. Like what got you into Volkswagens, just cars in general? Like how'd you get rolling?
So my grandpa had a 914 when I was a kid, and well, he got it and it was just completely rotted out, and he wanted to fix it, but never got around to it, and was just like, you know what, it's just too rotted, I'm just gonna get rid of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I've always really liked, older cars, the boxier style cars. So anyways, for my 15th birthday, I went and got my driver's license, and I needed a car because I was just driving my mom's car for a little bit, and I've always had an interest of older Volkswagens.
Nice.
Because some of my friends also had Volkswagens before me, and I would always really liked it, and just found an interest in that. So I bought a 1984 Rabbit GTI, which I feel like is everyone who's in a Mk1 is like, that's their first Rabbit almost.
That's a rad Rabbit now, because like a late Westy GTI, US GTI is like hard to find now. Like in good condition, they're worth money. You know what I mean? I feel like most people I talk to, their first. Go for it. I was gonna say.
I was just saying, they are hard to find.
Mm-hmm. So, and you got yours for I think you said $800 earlier when we were talking, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I got it for dirt cheap.
And it was running and driving and everything?
Yeah, it ran, but what was wrong? There was something wrong with it I had a trailer at home.
Mm-hmm.
One of the reasons why I trailered at home was because I didn't trust myself because I didn't know how to drive manual at the time. And I think it was just it would run for a little bit and then it would die out. Almost I think it was wasn't timed right or something.
CIS.
I'm not
Those
too
damn
sure.
CIS motors.
Yeah.
Probably just had a little vacuum leak. I was like, no, we're not
probably, yeah.
All right, so you're 15, you get the GTI, you can't drive yet, it's sitting in your driveway. What happens next?
My buddy was like, dude, you got to drive your car sometime. And he took me out, and he's like, the best way to learn is to drive on main roads. And I was like, dude, no way I'm doing that. And he's like, just do it. So we went out, and that is how I learned how to drive manual, was just driving out on a main road and praying that I would not wreck my car.
What about engaging the clutch and working the gears and everything? Did you have anyone that all right, you got to clutch in, this is first, or were you just totally
my buddy, I understood the concept of it, pushing clutch and first, second, third, fourth. I understood all of that, but it was just the whole point of actually doing it. Was, everyone's first time, the clutch is weird, you're not used to using your left foot and
For sure.
having 3 pedals, but over, the course of 20, 30 minutes, you get it down.
Yeah.
And that's what happened with me, so.
Sick, dude. So that you just sparked off when you were into VWs early. Were you always into the water-cooled stuff, or did you like air-cooled stuff too? Because a lot of people that I know like get into like they get stoked on the air-cooled stuff, and then they're like, oh, rabbits are cool, or you know what I mean? Like Mark IIs are dope.
Yeah, I was always water cool. It was never
Nice.
air cool, just because that's not really big in my area.
Okay.
There's a water cool scene or a air cool scene, like a small one,
Yeah.
but it's not as like big as it is like out west.
Gotcha.
But yeah, after that first GTI, I was so pumped, man. I got a second rabbit. So I had 2 rabbits at the same time. This was all in like 6 months of each other.
Nice.
And I went and picked up a 4-door diesel rabbit.
Rad, dude.
Had that thing forever too.
A little cruiser. Did you do anything to the GTI?
Yeah.
Did you leave that one pretty stock, or?
No, so when I bought it, it was primer and black. So it was like the original color of the car was black, but the guy primered the top half, so like where the trim was like up was primer, and from the bottom was black.
Two-tone.
So when I got it, yeah, it was two-tone, but my friends were like, nah, like this sucks, like let's paint it.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Fuck yeah.
all right. So us being 15, 16, 17 years old, went and got rattle can.
Yeah, dude.
Went and got the brightest red cherry rattle can you could find at Lowe's. And you think of it and you're like, man, that probably looked like shit. But dude, this car, the paint on it was like decent, because my friend, he knows how to paint, so he was like, I can make this look good.
Sick.
With a can.
Did you guys?
That's what we did.
Mask everything off and tape everything off too? You just kind of freehand it.
No.
He said, "Fuck no." You just like scrape the overspray off the glass with a razor.
No. Yeah, literally.
Sick. Oh, dude, I love it.
He was just like, we're going for it. He's like, this car's old enough. He's like, it doesn't even matter. He's like, just do it. So we did it, and it turned out great.
Oh, that's awesome.
I wish I could. I'll have to, if I can find a picture of it. I feel like I have one on my Facebook. I'll DM it to you, and maybe we can show it here in a little bit.
Yeah, you definitely
dude,
need
it looked amazing, like in my opinion.
That's so rad, dude. Spray bomb. How many cans?
Yeah,
how many cans of paint did it take to spray the whole car? Do you remember?
Yeah, probably like 8 to 10. I don't even know. Not many, but
yeah,
definitely a good bit.
That's sick, dude. So you had the spray bombed GTI, and then you cruised that thing around. You picked up a 4-door in the meantime, a 4-door diesel. Was that the homie cruiser? Was that the one you threw all the homies in?
That was that too, but also I actually let my homie daily that because he didn't have a car at the time. So.
That's dope, dude. I had a Mark III Jetta. It was my first water cooled Volkswagen actually, and I let a buddy borrow it for like dude.
Sick.
He drove that thing around for like a year before he actually paid me for it. I think he moved out of state, and I had to chase his ass around to pay me for it. Actually, no, I remember that, right? Dude.
I just sent you a picture of. I just DM'd you a picture of the my first GTI.
Got it.
That
dude.
was when it was painted.
I'm gonna pull this up. Sick. Hold on. There it is.
Yeah, you're good.
Oh, dude, it fucking looks super good.
Yeah, it didn't look bad at all.
Not at all, dude. The way you were saying it, you're just like just went at it. That actually looks sick. Oh, you got flares on it, dude. You got the front lip. Dude, that thing is sick.
Yeah, it came with it. It came with like everything. It had the
snowflakes.
It had the early Westy bumper on it. Yeah.
Dude, some white
thing
snowflakes.
Was legit. Here, I got another picture here.
Super legit, dude.
I got another picture here of. This was the.
Did you
first week that I got it? I'm gonna send you another
sticker bomb the hood. Dude, those.
Yeah, I got a second hood and I sticker bombed it.
Dude, the snowflakes look good in white, dude. Do me some white snowflakes on one of my Mark 1s, man. My copy your steez. Dude, that thing's sick.
But I mean, like, I was a kid, so, I didn't know what I was doing at all.
Did a pretty good job.
I wish I still had that car. Rust free.
What happened to it? For $800, dude. That was an $800 car. That's crazy.
Yeah. Long story short, I sold it for $400 because I needed money, and I needed money, so I sold it to a friend of mine, and then he sold it again. And last time I heard, someone was 16 valve swapping it, but then I haven't heard anything about it since.
Sick. Oh, dude, let's track down Connor's first GTI, dude. Put a feeler out. Help us find this car.
Man, I've had so many, I can't even say so many because I haven't had that many cars, but I've had cars that a lot of people have recognized, and everybody is like, "Oh, that's like your old car." I'm like, "Yeah, dude, like that's my old car, truck, whatever."
Sick, dude.
So, going on from that other diesel that I bought, the 4-door,
the 4-door,
I traded that for a Mark II.
Okay.
And it was a buddy of mine's Mark II. He VR swapped it, shaved the bay, wire tucked it.
Damn.
And so he sold it to some kid, and then some kid traded me that car for the Rabbit, for the diesel Rabbit. And I had that car for a while, dailied it.
Wait,
and
so
then I traded that for
someone traded you a shaved bay VR swapped Mark II for a 4-door diesel Rabbit?
Yeah.
That seems like you got the better deal on that trade, unless your 4-door Rabbit was like,
dude, I got such the better deal on that end just because, well, one, it was my buddy's old car, and I was like, dude, I want this car.
Yeah.
And, two, just because I was over the diesel. I didn't want it anymore.
Oh, shit. That's crazy, dude. If anyone has a VR6 swapped Mark II with the shaved bay, I got a 2-door diesel I'll trade you for. Dude, I'll work some deals on the podcast. That's sick, dude. All right, so then you traded that. You had a Shave Bay Mark II VR. How long did you have that car for?
I'm actually. I was looking. I think I had it for like a year, maybe less than that. I didn't have it very long.
What color was it?
And then it was silver,
Nice.
and then it had red fenders on it.
Huh. Shave Bay Mark II VR with red fenders. Was it small bumper,
But
big bumper?
it was big bumper, and then I swapped it to small bumper. Well, I put bumper on it, so I didn't technically do everything.
And then you traded.
Where'd that picture go? Oh, here it is.
And then you traded that for a truck, like a Rabbit, like a caddy truck.
I traded that for my first Mark 1 truck.
Nice.
Which, rest in peace, Old Blue.
Old
Missed
Blue.
that thing.
My boy Blue.
Old Blue.
What happened?
I know for a fact you've seen Old Blue.
Oh, I need some pictures of Old Blue, but I'll let you know. What happened to Old Blue?
Clint had it.
Oh, dude, Clint's a savage.
Yeah. So.
Sending me pictures.
Clint had that truck then after me. Yeah, sorry, I'm just like I should have sent you
good.
these all before, but like that's
sick. So that old blue, is that the Patina Early Westy?
yeah.
Sick.
So that thing, dude, that thing was rotted out so bad. But I went through. I had another rabbit that I got from a buddy of mine, and it was gutted. I cut the floors out of it and cut the one tower out of it and put it in old blue.
Sick, dude. You saved old blue for a little while,
So
but
I saved old blue.
you still said rip. Did it ended up with Clint after you had it? And then what happened with it?
It did. Clint traded me a Mark IV TDI Jetta for it. Because I needed a reliable car, and at the time that was like the most reliable thing. And I told Clint before, I was like, the only person that's gonna get this truck is you. Like, I'm not selling to anyone else, trading to anyone else. You're gonna get this car. Excuse me. So anyways, Clint had it. He had all intentions of fixing it, doing it right. And when he was actually moving to Florida, was that like 3 years ago? He was flat towing it, and I think like the ball joint snapped or the inner tie rod broke or something, and the thing rolled into a ditch.
Oh shit, that sucks.
Yeah, and it destroyed that car, dude.
Oh no, dude. Rip old blue. Rip old blue.
Yeah, so when he got down to Florida, he just cut it all up.
Dang, dude. That was a sick truck. You see Clint's newest project, dude? That rabbit he's putting together,
that thing
dude?
is rad.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah.
Thing is so sick.
Body drop.
Oh.
Okay, those wheels that are on it,
Were they
those
off Old
were
Blue?
Old Blue's old wheels.
I was gonna say, dude, I
They
just
were
saw a
off Old
picture.
Blue. Those are everyone got them confused because they thought they were Corrado Steelies, but I think they're called P slots or D slots or something like that. They came off of Passats in Europe.
Oh shit.
And do you know who Nick Becker is?
Yeah, of course, Becker. Shout out Becker.
Yeah, he's sick. But he told me that he made those wheels years and years ago.
Dang. Dude, I love how like that shit like just floats around. Like one homie's like, oh dude,
I know.
Like I had those RS, I built those RSs and I sold them to so and so, and then they end up with the homie like way down the line, and you're like, oh, those are my old wheels. Or like, oh, these.
Yeah.
That's so dope. I love.
Yeah, it's like it's such a small world, but then at the end, it's like so rad to see like who has your stuff next and if they're like taking care of it or not.
Yeah.
Because it always sucks to see like when you sell something or trade something to someone and they just destroy
They wreck it,
and you're
dude.
just like, dude, what are you doing?
I know, man. I had a set of wheels that I sent. It was back when I was in the Mark IVs. I built a set of, what are they, VN lines? I think they're Schmidt VN lines. They're the most annoying fucking wheels on the planet, dude. I did like those gold spike bolts, and I did full polish, like full polish.
Jesus.
Yeah, dude, full polish centers. And like, dude, I would have to like metal polish them all the time to keep them clean. Couldn't get water on them or they'd water spot. And then I would go to clean those wheels at like a car show or something, and they would fucking nick the shit out of my knuckles because they were just basically little knives sticking out of the fucking. Oh, I hated them. Anyways, I sent those to some kid, and then they kind of disappeared. And then this is like back in the Vortex days. And then I saw him post I think he had a GLI. I saw him post a picture of him on his GLI, and they were like fucking trashed, dude, like curbed and fucking. I was like, oh, dude. And they weren't like cheap wheels either. You know, like I lost money when I sold them, but like he still gave me a decent amount of money for those wheels, and then just fucking trashed them. I was like, dude, you're crazy, bro.
that Mark IV that Clint traded me. So actually, I'm gonna jump to one story and then I'm gonna jump back.
Yeah, dude.
So I drove that thing across country to Phoenix.
Sick.
And that's another story. We're gonna get back to it, or get into it then. So when I came back from Phoenix, I traded that car for another truck that I had for like 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, the kid that I traded that car for the truck for, the next day, dude, he ripped out the interior of that Mark IV and put tan leather interior in it. And I was like, dude, what are you doing? You put the absolutely worst interior in it that you possibly could find.
Wait, so the Mark IV you had, what was it, a Jetta, GTI, Golf? What was it?
It was a Jetta.
Okay.
It was a 99.5 Jetta.
Okay, 12 valve VR? Or 2 liter?
No, it was a TDI.
TDI? Oh, sick. Dope. I love TDIs.
Yeah.
Did you drive across country specifically to trade that for the truck, or was it coincidental that you made that trip?
No. So when I gave Clint my truck when we traded, I already had plans that I was going to move out to Arizona.
Oh, okay.
And so moved out there, and that's what I needed something out to get me out there, because there was no way that truck was going to make me out there, get me out there. So that Jetta did.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's a good car to move, dude. You know, got some space, got a big trunk.
Absolutely.
It's a turbo diesel.
It was just me, so it's just at that point I was 20.
Okay.
And I went for it.
Bye. Where
I'm out.
Where are you from originally? PA, right? Is that?
Yeah, you can say that. I live all over, but mainly I'm here.
Okay.
So Pennsylvania.
So PA, and then you drive out to Arizona in the Mark IV Jetta. You trade it for a truck, and then continue.
I traded it for a truck when I got home from Phoenix. So this was probably 3 years ago at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So I traded it. This truck that I got that was rotted out, cut it up, sold the ass end to it to Chase Fisher. Don't know if you know who that is or not.
I might. Name sounds familiar.
But he is an absolute ABA god.
Sick.
So sold him the bed of that truck, and then I didn't have a car at that point, and I was like, man, I need another car. So I bought the truck I have now, and I bought an ALH wagon.
Nice. Hell yeah. That's rad. All right, so
man, I've had a good bit of cars.
Yeah, dude. No, that's a good handful of cars. The wagon, that was a Mark IV? Mark IV?
Yeah.
Wagon?
Yep.
Sick, dude. The truck you have now, when you picked that thing up, was it like bone stock, or like how did it look when you got it? I've got it up behind me, dude. This thing is fucking a rad little truck, dude. I really like this thing.
The truck was bone stock. The interior in it was trashed. It it was a gas motor. It was the 1.6 CIS, so it was before they did 1.7. So I'm assuming, I could be wrong on this, but I'm assuming it was early 81 before they did 1.7s.
Okay.
But yeah, the truck was bone stock. The passenger side tower was starting to rot. So last winter I went and repaired all that, and so that's all done now.
Sick. Dude, it's a super rad truck.
What else in that truck? Oh, 82,000 original miles when I first bought it.
What?
Yeah, that truck. So the story behind that truck, the truck I have now, is that the original owner would trailer it to Florida and would drive it all around Florida. And in 2014 or 15, he was trying to sell it and couldn't get it sold because it was way too much money. Like, he wanted way too much for it. And I've had multiple people tell me, like, oh, we went to go look at this truck, and like, it was rotted out in the rear or in the tower, and the guy just wanted way too much money. I think he wanted like $5,000 for it at the time. And at that point in time, like, those trucks weren't worth that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially something that was, slowly starting to rot out in the tower, and it was gas, and no one wanted gas. Everyone wanted diesel in.
Yep.
So, a couple years went by. He ended up not selling it. He traded it to the people who I got it from. He traded them a bone stock, or they traded him a bone stock Mark III Cabriolet.
Ew.
And then they got it, and they had the truck for maybe 3 months. Used it twice.
Oh wow.
And sold it to me.
Nice, dude. So you ended up with it anyway. I actually have a picture up behind me. I'll throw one up on the screen too, of the post.
Yeah.
On your Instagram.
That was the day that I went and picked it up.
February 4th, 2020, dude. Sick. Yep. 1981, 82,000 original miles. Dude, that's rad. I love the bed rails, dude. That's like such a sick fucking...
Only 81.
Boom,
that
dude.
bed rails came.
Bed rails, dude. Sick, dude. All right, so you get that sucker. And obviously, by April, I mean, it's already looking a lot better as a truck. It looks like you lowered it. I'm assuming coilovers in the front, flip the rear axle.
Yep.
And then got...
Simple way to go.
ATS, what are those? Are those cups? Classics? What wheels are those?
No, they're rep.
Orbits?
They're Borbit Type A reps.
Dude, oh.
But I got those on another truck that I had and didn't get rid of them because I knew if I would have gotten rid of them, I would have regretted it. So I was just like, I'm just going to keep them and just run them.
They look so fucking good on that truck, dude. What are so are they like 15 by 8?
Yep, 15 by 8 with a 10 offset.
Ooh.
And 165 45s.
Little pokey boy. It doesn't even look... They look like they fit super good.
Yeah, they fit really, really well on the truck. I just got pulled over for the first time in 2 years of having that truck, 3 years near, for the first time, and the cop was just like, "Yeah, you got stretched tires." I'm like, "Yeah, I know, but this is the first time ever that I've been bugged with about it, so whatever."
That's hilarious. Like, dude. And your interior. Oh, I forgot how clean your interior was too. Ugh.
Yeah, like
Scirocco
when I got
wheel.
that thing, it was so bad.
So did you have to do any work with like replacing any of the floor pans or anything like that? Was it that bad, or is it just interior stuff?
So it was just like interior. The whole truck is solid. The whole underside of that truck is completely solid and is very. I mean, I got lucky finding it because, up here in PA, everything just rots out.
Yeah, dude, that's one thing we don't have to
the
worry
only
too
thing
much
was
about.
like
On the West Coast.
when I mean like the interior was trashed, like the dash was all cracked up. The instrument cluster, like it looked like someone got pissed off at it, punched a hole into the cluster. The carpet was just caked in mud. There was like a CB radio in it, and it was god awful on the inside.
Looks super clean now, dude. So did you swap the whole dash out?
Yeah, so I picked up a different dash. I actually just recently swapped the dash out, so that's the old dash. So it doesn't look cracked up in that picture, but on top it was like destroyed.
Got it. My guy had some angles with his photography.
Pat, that's one kid that you gotta interview too or podcast with is Pat.
Shout out Pat. If he took all these pictures.
Yeah, he did.
Stoked on these.
He just got back from traveling across the country with his girlfriend in a van. So.
Sick. Shout out.
Yeah,
Pat.
he is legit.
Dude's got some snipes. I think this was the first picture I saw, like scrolling through a feed or something, and this picture popped up.
That's my favorite one.
And I was like, dude, this is a sick fucking truck, dude. And I was like, I'm gonna follow this dude. And then
actually makes my truck look decent.
It looks sick, dude. It's a dope little truck, bro. Like I really like your truck a lot. I started following you, dude, and then I saw this picture pop up, with the big independent trucks sticker on the back.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, dude has to skate. You can't throw like an independent sticker on anything and not skate. Thrasher, we gave Thrasher away a little bit. You know what I mean? Like Thrasher.
Yeah, everyone has the Thrasher, the Santa Cruz.
The Thrasher logo and the Santa Cruz logo and shit like has been consumed by pop culture. Independent trucks, not yet. Hopefully.
No, not yet. I hope not. I think it's at that point where it's like starting to slightly, but who knows?
Yeah, dude. No, because I see like, and that's a funny thing too, how back when I started skateboarding, it was 93. I think it was 93 when I started like skateboarding like seriously and started taking it seriously. I think I was like 11 or 12 years old. And dude, it was like even hard to like get like skate gear. You know what I mean? Like when you were a kid and you start paying attention, like, skate shops back then were kind of, skateboarding was just coming back. And so like skate shops were like fewer and far between. And like the mail order shit didn't really start to take off yet. So I remember like my older cousin kicked me down. I think it was like an Alien Workshop shirt, like the Alien Workshop Spectrum shirt. And
right.
A couple other shirts. And they're way too fucking big for me. But I wore them like every day, dude. You know what I mean?
It fit in though.
I wore them every day. Like
that was the style, baggy clothes.
But dude, you would see someone else wearing like, like a skate logo, like a girl logo, or indies, or what are the blind? What are all the like the shit that everyone was rocking back in the 90s? Workshop or hookups, world
DC,
industry,
Etnies.
World industry a little bit, Etnies for sure.
World industry definitely.
But you would see someone and be like, oh shit, he skates. Oh shit, he skates. You can't do that nowadays. Like you can't just assume like someone skates because they have a Thrasher sweatshirt. You're like, what?
Right, exactly, and it's like, I feel like skateboarders set almost every trend. Dude. And it's like weird to say that too, because like people will be like, no they don't, but then you look at what it is now and you're like, dude, like the way I dress now is the same way I dressed in high school and you made fun of me for it and you're dressing like that now.
Same,
so,
dude.
Like, and like Thrasher, like everyone was like, what is Thrasher? Like that's like whack. And now everyone's wearing Thrasher shirts and they want what are you doing? And
I couldn't even wear this. I had a scapegoat, like a Thrasher scapegoat. It was either a shirt or a sweatshirt. I couldn't even wear that to middle school. Like I would get sent home.
Yeah, it had 666 on it.
Yeah, it was like, no, you got to go home and change your shirt. And I'm like, why? It's cool. But now, dude.
Yeah.
Like no one cares, dude. But not only that, it's like, yeah, dude, it's weird how that happens, but you're totally right, dude. I feel that way too. I'm like, skateboarding's paved the way for so much stuff, dude. Like fashion, just like even film, photography, like a lot of that stuff spilled over into the mainstream. Like skateboarders were always documenting shit with cameras since back in the 80s. You know what I mean? Making skate videos and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Like all the montage type of like video editing or like things you see nowadays, like dude, skateboarders were doing that style of video editing like way back in the day, like trick clip after trick clip.
Yeah, like they have that creative mindset,
dude. Fuck. And then I don't know, it's because people have that conversation and people would be like, I still have the mentality like, dude, don't wear brands if you don't do that shit, right? I'm not gonna go wear I'm not going to go wear some like motocross shit if I don't ride motocross. You'll never see me wearing like metal militia shit or like, like I'm rad, but I don't like do this, it's like, dude, but
like, I don't know what it is, but I'm going to wear it anyways.
Yeah, dude. Well, people want to try to like portray a certain thing. I don't know. Some people just might think it's cool and they just don't skate. But I think most people like try to rock shit when they're not about it.
It also, I think it has to come down to like what they see on the internet too, like social media and stuff.
Yeah,
it's
just
like,
what's cool.
That's the style trend now. So like, I want to fit in.
Yeah. No, but same thing, dude. I've been kind of dressing the same way since I was like started skating, dude. I mean, the fashion's changed a little bit. I don't wear like crazy baggy pants anymore. Because when I started skating in 93, it was like baggy as you can fucking get pants, and then like 30 millimeter wheels, you know?
Yeah, tiny wheels, dude.
Tiny wheels,
baggy pants are coming back.
I know, dude, and I see that
baggy clothes are like coming back.
The baggy corduroys and shit. Like I see it like at skate parks with the hanging fucking pull belts. I'm like, fuck, bro. I'm back in like 90, I'm back in 94, dude. Like this is crazy.
And people want small wheels again too. Like
I've been seeing that too.
There are companies that they're making 47 millimeter wheels.
I know, dude. Like, I see them at the shops, and I see people skating them at the skate parks. And I understand like the throwback shapes, like the bigger boards and the cruisers and stuff. Like people actually skating them again. Like that makes more sense to me. But I don't know, dude. Like skateboarding's weird, dude. Like skateboarding is weird.
Yeah, that was like some people's first boards, and then like they're hyped to see that like companies are remaking that shape and graphic, and they're like, oh, like I want to get my old board that I had. You know, this was the board that I had when I was a kid.
Yeah, and when I started skating in a weird area.
But yeah, dude.
I started skating in a weird era where all those old school shit, like all the 80s skateboarding shit already happened and died, and street skating started emerging, and so we would just skate like red curbs. You know, like speed bumps. Everything was like flat land or like, you know, curb skating, like flip tricks. And then, you know, we had like kind of more of the like modern board shapes. They were kind of like banana-y. I remember the boards being like not as round off back in the day.
Yeah, they're like more pointed.
Yeah, dude, they kind of came like more to a point, and everything was narrow.
They were like an egg shape.
Yeah, dude. And so I like, for me, it's cool that a lot of these shapes came back, because I never got to skate them when I was actually like good at skateboarding. Like everything, you know what I mean? Like when I was into the thick of skateboarding, like late 90s, early 2000s, like everything was just like normal skate decks like you see nowadays, like park boards, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And so I didn't really get to skate.
All small little 775s.
Dude, I used to ride a 775 for sure. I used to feel like I couldn't do any flip tricks if I rode anything bigger. And still to this day, I think I ride I ride an 8. I think I'm like locked into an 8. And I like the weird sizes too, like 8.17. You know what I mean? There's some weird shit.
Wow.
That's not like, it's not an 825.
Yeah, I used to think 825 was so big because I would skate 8s, and then I got on skating 825s and was like on 825s for so long, and just this year I bumped up to 8.5.
Dang, dude. 8.5 inches. That's a fatty, dude. Which is crazy. Well, I mean, the style of skateboarding you do is like super raw and sick. So it made like a lot of park stuff, but do you do flip tricks and shit too?
Transition.
Tranny.
I'm just not really good with flip in, flip out, like tech stuff. Dude. So I'm more of just like a simple, make it look good, you know. I can skate decent, you know, this is just what I'm doing. That's
my kind of skateboarding, dude. I got you up here. Smith grind, dude. Down the ledge. What park is this? This park is fucking sick, dude. Blunt pop back in.
Looks like, it's my local. That's my local park.
Tray flip to fakie. Dude, that's so sick. All right, so when did you start?
So going back to, go ahead.
No, go for it. I'm just watching you fucking shred.
So like going back to me moving to Phoenix. So, do you know who Aaron Homoki Jaws is?
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck yeah, dude. The guy who just ollies everything, like ollies 30 stairs and shit. Yeah. Aaron's crazy.
So, I don't brag about this, but me and Aaron are close friends.
Nice.
I moved out there and I lived with him for a year, I believe it was, or like a year and a half. It was like a year and a half, something like that.
Dude, that's fucking rad.
But yeah, that's why I moved out to Phoenix, and I mean, him and I are, we're good friends. I go out every year and see him, stay out there for like 2 weeks at a time.
Dude, sick.
So moved out there, focused so much on skating, and like had so many like good conversations with him, just like one-on-one, like in person, just out on his back porch, just like at 3 a.m, just talking. And I mean, I give it all to him. Like, I'm so happy and like blessed that like he basically took this random kid that he's never met before and is like allowing him to like stay at his house and like rent free, just giving him a case of beer for rent whenever I could. Dude. And skating, and like that was like the sickest thing in the world. And like to have that friendship with him is like, I don't even look at him as a professional skateboarder anymore. It's hard for me to do that. I look at him as just Aaron.
Yeah, dude, Jaws
and
is
now
like
it's cool because like my best friends.
He's a big name in skateboarding too.
Are like going out with me too.
He's like one of the
he's
top
like
known pros.
One, like, yeah, definitely. Everyone's like. Like they know who Aaron is. You
dude.
say, "Oh, Jaws," and they're like, "Oh my god, yeah!" Like I know who Jaws is.
How did you? I mean, how did you end up making the trip out there to stay with them? Like, did you know him before that, or like, how did that all come about?
So, in what was it? A couple 2014, 2013, I was at Woodward, and I met him at Woodward.
Sick.
And a friend of his who lives out there, his name's Gage, he hit me up on Instagram. He was like, "Yo, like I just started following you. You're really sick with skating and whatnot. I'm friends with Aaron." He's like, "I'm from Allentown, Pennsylvania," which is like 2 hours from me. But he's like, "I'm from Allentown." He's like, "Here's my email." He's like, "Send me your footage and I'll show it to Aaron." And at this point, it's weird to think about. Aaron was like 22 at the time. So he was, a little bit younger than me at this time. And here I am, like a, 14-year-old kid messaging Aaron who's pro, and like me like thinking that like he obviously doesn't give a shit. And like, this is before like Instagram was like really, like this is like when Instagram was like starting to really kick off. Like before you could post videos on Instagram, it was all pictures.
Yeah.
But anyways, me just emailing him throughout the years, man. And what was it? I was 20 and I was like, I want to go out there and just like see if like we can be friends. I told him like, dude, like I'm going to come out there one time and like, let's just skate. So he met up with me at the local park there in Phoenix. Well, the one local park, there's so many, but the one local park that he goes to, he met up with me there. He's like, "Oh, dude," he's like, "You're just like a normal human being." Like, yeah, like I'm just, wanting to,
I just want to
hang out and
skate,
skate.
bro.
And he's like, "All right, word." So yeah, since then he let me move in with him when I was out there, and like again, very, very like thankful and like fortunate that like he basically was just like taking this random kid off the street and was like, "Yeah, dude, come live with me for a little bit."
Dude, that's so sick.
I always felt so bad being there because like I always felt like I like wasn't wanted there, or like I was invading his personal space. But like I would always talk to him about it. He's like, "Nah, dude." He's like, "You're good." He's like, "You're a good kid." He's like, "You're fine. You're chilling." So
dude,
ever since then, him and I have been greatest of friends. Again, so happy and so thankful, and like that he, gave me that opportunity to live with him and now be friends still with him.
That's fucking rad, dude. Jaws is a fucking that dude's a savage. Definitely someone that I've always paid attention to.
Yeah, and like if
he's just
if
known
people
for
who follow you and like follow and like in skating don't know who he is, then like they gotta look at who he is.
You have to know who Jaws is, dude. Like he's just like, well, he became known for just doing gnarly shit, like big gnarly shit.
Yeah.
Like I think he was the first one to ollie the Lion 25, right? France.
Yeah, he was the first one to land it. Ali Boulala tried it.
Yeah.
And broke his board, split, and then, dude, after Aaron landed that, he like so many other people went there and was like, "Oh, we're doing this." Like some dude like a year later, 2 years later, went there and like did a front flip down it, just like parkour or something like that. Like, and then some kid on a scooter, like I think some kid on a scooter front flipped it. I just saw a video recently of some dude trying to 360 it. Dude, that's 25 stairs. That's pretty impressive.
On a scooter.
If you're, I mean, dude,
just
if
being
you're
a hater.
flipping down a 25
I'm just being a
stair on
hater.
anything.
I'd rather see someone front flip it on like some skates, some old school
some
skates.
Dude on a bike just try to 360 it.
That's pretty savage. Yeah, but
and just like his whole frame of his bike just broke in half.
dude, like no, that was a big deal, dude. That was a huge deal. But then he just became known as someone who just fucking hucks himself. He was just alling like 2-story apartment gaps, you know, like off of like the second stair set. Just gaps like that, like nothing, dude. Like, oh, I'm gonna kickflip this.
Do you see that clip when he fucking like the one you're talking about? He ollied over like the railing, his wheel flew off.
Yeah, and he landed. Wasn't that the one he landed?
He was trying to melon. Yeah, he was trying to do a melon grab, and he missed the grab, and he ollied it and landed, and his wheel fucking
blew apart.
Off.
Yeah, dude. That's how gnarly this shit he was doing is, dude. It's crazy.
Yeah, like it's insane. He is like such like his body is so different compared to like other people.
Dude.
Like body, like what his like the impact that he can take. I mean, he's been doing it for years on end too, but I think just I don't know.
He's a rad fucking
watching
skateboarder.
it in person is like even gnarlier, and he's not only a rad skateboarder, but he's like such a genuine and caring human being too.
Dude, that's what I try to tell people who don't know skateboarding very much, and I'll like watch something and be like, oh my god, and then like I'll show like buddies or whatever who like are like, oh, okay, that's cool, but they don't really know skating. I'm like, dude, you don't realize if I'm tripping off of this, like looking at on my phone, like in person, this was like 3 times more gnarly. Like, cause like stair sets, gaps and shit, you can't really capture how fucking big shit is unless you're there. And then like things get into my head when I would like do big shit. There'll be like a crack in front of the step, you know, for like a 10 stair. And I'd be like,
yeah, and you can't see that on film.
Yeah. And it's like, no, you got to pop before this crack, and it just fucks you up mentally. You know what I mean? Or like weird things, or like landings, dude. Crusty landings. If you're busting like a big stair set into like a crusty like asphalt parking lot or something, it's like, dude, that shit's gnarly. And you can't really get the full.
Even like,
you know, you can't
even like big stuff. Like you go and do it, and then it, you know, on film it looks so much smaller, and it looks like you did it with ease, and like in your mind you're just like, dude, like that didn't even look that good.
Dude, I do shit now. I'm fucking an old man now, so I can't really like do big shit anymore, but that's kind of what I was known for when I was sponsored. I was shop sponsored and skated in the castle circuits and stuff. I would huck myself off of shit, you know. I'd be like the first dude to be like, I'm gonna do this double set, you know, like, or whatever.
Yeah, right.
And dude, that shit just gets like, I just can't do it anymore. Like, I just can't bail from something big anymore. Like, I'll fuck something up. Like, just bailing, you know?
Right.
And,
yeah, like,
it's like, I'll do something at a skate.
Bailing,
I know
broke ribs.
You fucked some shit up. We were texting back and forth. What happened?
Yeah.
Did you just,
I was going to 50-50 down rail, and the board slipped out, and I went on my side, and I only broke 2 ribs. I got lucky. I only broke 2 ribs, but still I broke 2 ribs, and I'm like, I'm out for 6 weeks, and dude, I'm like bored out of my mind.
Oh, that's the worst, dude. Like, ribs are the worst. I cracked 2 ribs, and I just remember like breathing, or like somebody would make me laugh. And I would like laugh, and it would like hurt, breathing. And then I would like laugh because it's hurting, and then I'd be in this like weird fucking like, don't make me laugh, you know?
Yeah, like and like sneezing. I didn't sneeze for a whole week, and dude, just like the first day that I sneezed 5 times in one day, and I was like, you're kidding me.
Oh, dude, that's hilarious, bro. Let's talk about your skateboarding for a little bit. So how old were you when you started skateboarding, and what got you into skating?
I got I got my first board, like my first like real board, when I was 4.
Damn.
So I saw a kid down the street from me. He had like this ramp, like he skated, and they were like a couple years older than me, like 5, 6 years older than me.
Mm-hmm.
But they had like this big, like it was like an A-frame, but it had a bank, and then a flat, and then it was a stair set at the end.
Oh shit.
So him and his brother would always skate that, and their house was like right down the street from my house. So I would see them skating it all the time, and that kind of got me like, whoa, like I want to do that. So then, my mom got me this board and like thought it was just gonna be a phase, and then it ended up being like this whole, it's my life now. Like it's all I want to do. It's all I really try to do.
Yeah.
So, anyways, first board, classic Tony Hawk Birdhouse board.
Oh.
Grind King trucks.
Grind King.
Birdhouse board, the Birdhouse wheels. Yeah, dude, it was like the full like 90s like setup. Like it was a sick board. I still have it. Actually, I have it in my closet.
That's right. So it was the Hawk skull.
Man, I skated.
Right? It was the Hawk skull. I totally remember.
Yeah.
I never skated Birdhouse boards, dude. I don't think I ever had a Birdhouse board. They had a stacked team back in the day, though.
So
Birdhouse was sick.
Yeah. They. I mean, my mind, they're still sick. That's
they're still sick.
how I always will look at Birdhouse, just because I lived with Aaron. And, I mean, for a whole year I skated. That's all I skated. Mm-hmm. So because Baker boys, they make Birdhouse boards.
Oh yeah.
Because of like Riley and Tony. So
dude, Riley rips too. But, Riley's fucking savage.
Like that dude. Yeah, that dude's good.
He's so good.
But yeah, for like a whole year, that's all I skated was Birdhouse boards, and just because like Aaron was hurt, and Aaron was like, dude, I'm not skating him, so he's like, I'll just like trade you, like a case of beer for him or whatever.
Sick.
So okay.
I like those trades.
He's like, I'd rather have someone skating him than. He's like, I'd rather have someone skating him than just collecting dust and not getting skated at all.
That's rad. Did he have did he have packages just show up like at certain times? It's just like, here's a fucking resupply of a bunch of skate shit.
Like yeah and no, but like most of the time he would just like text people and just be like, hey, can I get get some stuff? Get a box.
You want to send me a box, dude?
But it wasn't. It's not like on like a lot of people would like send him random stuff too, but like it's that whole ordeal is not like. On a set time, like, oh, we need a box like every month. It's just like, I'm kind of running low, to get another supply of stuff.
Birdhouse, is Aaron still in,
but yeah.
Is Josh still in Arizona? Because Birdhouse and Baker, all that stuff's in SoCal, right? All that stuff's in SoCal.
I think so. But Aaron's from Phoenix. He's born and raised. He'll probably be there till the day he dies. So
sick. No, dude, that's dope. Birdhouse.
Anyways, back with me skating.
Yeah, dude. So you're on Birdhouse boards. So this had to have been Birdhouse hookups. That whole era was like they got really big in. I know Tony started it before that, and he actually has some dope street skating parts that nobody knows Tony Hawk for. But if you look at some old like street skating footage of Tony Hawk, dude, he used to fucking rip street too. I think 93-ish, 92, 93-ish is when Birdhouse started, but when it came around, I think it was 96, 97, 98, I think is when they were like really big from like my era. That's back when they had Willie Santos was on the team, right?
Willie Santos,
Reynolds, Kirchart, Jeremy Klein.
Kirchart. Yeah, Jeremy Klein was on it.
Dude, actually that was one of the.
There's someone else I know that's.
That was one of the end. That was one of the better fucking skate videos of that whole era.
Yeah.
That whole late '90s, early 2000s era. That fucking skate video was the shit, dude. Andrew Reynolds' part where that monkey like breaks a bottle over his head.
Yeah.
Dude.
That was good.
That was sick, dude. All right, so how old were you then? When you had to have been when you were skating all the Birdhouse stuff. When you're like, that had to have been.
That was like I was probably like 20 and 21.
Oh, really?
So, I mean, that was kind of recent. So, yeah, it wasn't, like, too long ago.
Oh, shit.
That's, like, when I was in Phoenix.
Ah. I guess I got it confused from your earlier story. So you said you got skateboarding kind of at, like, 4 years old. What year was that? Because you're a younger dude.
Probably, it was 2000. 2001,
shit. God, dude, I'm so fucking old.
Yeah, 2001.
Dude. Oh, that's awesome, dude. But
I never really took it seriously until I was like 12, 13.
Yeah.
I think that's like the age of like when everyone's like starting to realize like, okay, this is like what I really, really want to do and like what I'm starting to progress at.
Yeah, because it's so much more than skateboarding. When you're around that age, that was the age where I started taking it seriously too. I think I was 11 or 12. But that's when you start discovering like music. That's when you start discovering so much other stuff, and skateboarding like just ties like a lot of that stuff in. You can kind of like you realize like a lot of like lifelong skateboarders like us like dude, this is like our identity. You know what I mean? It's like our religion. You know?
Yeah, it definitely is. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, dude, and it's like I was talking about this the other day to another buddy of mine. His name's Brandon. He fucking rips, dude. He's out here. He's a Boise local, and he can do like crazy flip in, flip out shit, like super technical skateboarder. And he's like my age. But it's like, dude, like we'll like talk about stuff, and it's like skateboarders look at the world like completely different, dude. Like we'll go down the street and like all we see are like skate spots and like things that we can do. But not only that, it's like an extent, it's like a freedom of expression. You know what I mean? Like, how can I skate this spot over here? What can I do over here? It's like we don't even see, like, people will just drive by and like not even notice this like bump to ledge or like a 7 stair with like a perfect height handrail, or you know what I mean? Like people
like
just
you can drive down the road and just look at that. Yep.
Yeah, people don't see that, and I'm like, damn, dude, that would be weird not seeing the world like that. Like, can you imagine like just driving down the road and like there being like a perfect 8 stair handrail and just like not even realizing like that it's there, just back there.
Yeah,
that'd be so weird to me.
You're like, well, there's some stairs, you know, I'm gonna walk up these stairs and just be normal.
Yeah, dude, it's weird, but we look at our environment completely different, you know. And it's just like a lot of skateboarders grow up to be very successful because the aspect of skateboarding like is like you can't quit. Like you can't quit. Like even when you're trying to trick. Yeah, dude. But not only that, like when you're trying to trick or you're trying to push yourself, like you'll go like 30 tries, dude, and stack super hard, and you'll just keep going until you get that one make. Or even if you get that one make, you're like, oh, that wasn't clean.
I recently filmed a clip. It wasn't like too long ago, but I filmed a clip and I looked on my phone. It was 120 tries that I've tried it.
Dude.
Just to get it like perfect and to like good. Like literally try after try of like me figuring it out and like getting into it. Maybe the board's slipping out or like getting into it and not like doing the shove out properly or whatever. Like 120 tries. And it's just over and over and over and over again.
Yeah, dude, and it's like that's fucking grit, bro. And like normal people don't have that. And like that's like the weird thing for me is like how many skateboarders like become successful is because through skateboarding you learn that like you can't quit. You just got to keep going even through pain. Like I've blown my fucking ankle out in the beginning. This is my younger years. Probably I can't fucking really skate or walk anymore. But I would just blow my ankle out like second try on a trick, sit down for a couple minutes, and then just keep skating. I was like, oh, I got to get this kick flip down the set, or I got to do this and I got to do that. And back then there was like no, like skateboarding now is like so, it's become so mainstream, and it's still gnarly. Don't get me wrong. Like look at Najee Houston, like his.
Oh, it's so gnarly now.
That dude is so fucking. Have you seen his new part? Like,
yeah, I watched it.
Oh my god, dude, it's fucking like insane. But like
some of the filming I wasn't a fan of, but I mean that's like a different thing. I mean the skating is obviously it's there, it's on point. Like he is number one in skateboarding right now. Like has to be like still be like number one. I mean, there are a bunch of other pros that are like right there at him, but I
Mm-hmm.
think he's still got like that, like just that little bit of like, no, I'm still better than you.
Yeah, dude. I always like to people who don't skate. I'm always like, he's the LeBron James of skateboarding, basically. You know what I mean? He's just like
Oh, easily,
that one
easily.
dude who's just
Yeah.
a fucking
Or even
monster. I used to skate with him when he was a kid, dude. I skated in Northern California. And I think he's from Davis. And I would see him all over at the parks. Like he would skate. I'd see him at the Fairfield Park. It was back when he had his dreads. He's a little kid. You just skate around. I used to run into him all the time, dude. He fucking ripped back then, dude.
Yeah, that kid has been good for a very, very long time,
Dude.
his whole life. Speaking of young Nyjah and dreads, do you know who Jake Rupp is?
Yeah. Fuck yeah. That's an old name.
Jake's a local. Jake's a local at my park.
Sick. In PA?
So it's like so sick. Yeah.
Sick. Yeah, dude, that dude's an OG.
Yeah, he lives in like probably like 25 minutes from me.
That's
here
rad.
in Pennsylvania.
No, dude, and
But he's always been like a Baltimore, like Maryland area type, you know.
Yeah.
But also like and like Westminster. I don't know if you ever heard of that.
Yeah.
But it's a town called Westminster, and he's down in that area, and like. But anyways, yeah, it's like it's really cool to like be able to skate with him because seeing old Element videos and old Satori video parts, it's like whoa, like this dude's sick, and then like here he is at York, you know, skating and being friends, you know, just hanging out.
So sick, dude. I never got close with any. I have a couple friends who skate like turned pro. But it's same thing for us on the West Coast. We would be skating like in downtown San Francisco and run into like Rick Howard and be like, oh shit, you know, like, it's fucking Rick Howard. Look, you know what I mean? Like, dude, fuck, man, there'd be so many instances where we just run into pros randomly. Like in SoCal, we'd, you know, be skating at a spot and fucking Ronnie Krieger rolls up and I'm like, what the fuck? You know, like this is crazy.
And it's like, you know, there's events that I would go to in Arizona, and these events were so big, and like you would see, you know, pros that you look at in videos and whatnot, and, like watch them skate online, and then here you are, you're standing 2 feet beside them, and you're like, whoa, like there's Jeff Rowley, like just standing right beside me. Oh, there's Jamie Foy just right there. There's Tori Pudwill right here. It's like, what in the world?
Dude, Foy's probably one of my favorite skateboarders nowadays. Like if I say new skateboarders, because I'm from a older generation or whatever, you know, so a lot of the skateboarders that I looked up to are like super old now. Not the current day rippers.
Someone else just told me that last night too, that like Foy was probably like their like
Foy fucking he's sick too. Dude, I mean he's sick, dude. Like he's just like he locks into
there's
grinds.
Like a level. There's like a level of skating, you're like, you're good, and then there's another level, it's like, all right, you're too good, chill out.
I know, dude, that's Foy.
That's how I look at it. It's like, you're getting into everything perfect every try, like, come on, like, give me a slip out, or give me at least, like, you know, 3 or 4 tries before you do it first try.
He just fucking locks into, like, a football field-long front feeble, just ching, like, not even trying. I saw a clip of him the other day, and he, like, heel flips this, like, volcano at a park or something. I don't know if you saw that, but he just like flips it and catches it and lands like literally hands down like he wasn't even trying. I'm like, dude, at least fucking make it look hard. Like what the fuck, dude? It's crazy.
Like, dude.
I actually wanted to talk. Did you pay attention to any of the Tampa Am stuff that went down?
I saw like some clips but I didn't really like follow it that much. I skated in it one time,
dude,
and I've been wanting to go back and just like go back and skate in it again just for fun. But
dude, how's that park?
I haven't.
That's like an iconic
slippery.
That's an iconic park when you know you watch it from afar. I've never been there in person, but it looks super fun.
It's a fun park. It's very slippery. A friend of mine lived in Tampa for a little bit, and he was actually Brian's like right-hand man, and like would help build ramps and whatnot, and like just do whatever Brian would say for him to do. So a couple years ago, I went down to Tampa and skated in it, and I placed 55th out of like 150 people though, so I was pretty stoked.
That's pretty good, dude. That's pretty fucking sick.
I was pretty stoked.
Dude, fuck yeah, dude. Well, I like the level of skateboarding. So like when I started seeing all of the stuff that you were posting on Instagram, I was like instantly blown away because again, I come from like a little of an older era of skateboarding when things weren't as consistent. You know what I mean? Like you had to like fucking bail 50 times to get something. Even when I would watch pros filming stuff, you know, I'd run into pros and they'd be like filming something for like a skate video part. They would try like flip in, flip out shit, you know, a bunch of times. Nowadays, it just seems like how skateboarding has progressed is that like the tricks are super fucking technical, but also skateboarders are way, way more consistent nowadays. Like even so, like
I think it also has to do with like kids just, you know, that's all they do 24/7. Yeah, and dude, like they're just, you know, they need to get it like perfect. And if they're not getting it perfect, then like, you know, they can't have dinner that night or something weird like that. But I think it also has to do with like there's pros that are bringing them into like their company and they're coming to the United States and like, you know, they're giving them this like chance, and like if you're skating with pros all the time and skating with people who are way better than you like all the time or even at your level, you're gonna get good at skating. You're gonna have way more control on your board. You're just gonna be able to know how to flip in, flip out every single try. Like it's like, you know, riding a bike. You know, once you learn how to ride a bike, you kind of really never forget, and then you can just like progress off that if you choose to do that or whatever. Dude, really like anything in life.
It's insane nowadays though. So like when I saw your skate clips, I'm like, fuck, dude, like this dude, like Connor's like fucking good, like really good, you know? And that's like looking back at what was good when I was young coming up. Like this is what the pros were doing. Like if you were skating and doing the same tricks the way you're skating nowadays back in like the mid 90s, you would be pro for sure. Just because skateboarding, you know what I mean, it wasn't as progressive as now. So I sent you this clip of this kid, Jin Woo, that Bones posted at the Tampa Am.
Yeah.
Did you see this run? I'm going to go through the run, dude.
Kickflip front blunt.
Kickflip front blunt transfer.
I'm watching it.
Blunt, like fakie flip revert.
Frontside flip.
Frontside flip in. Kickflip backside tail. This is in a run. Switch drop in, right?
Yeah.
Switch. Heel flip front board.
Oh my god.
Switch heel flip front board. Right? Middle of run. This is big flip back tail shove it.
I thought he was gonna land that.
Right? Big flip back tail shove it. Misses.
Big tail front blunt.
Big tail front blunt, right.
Big tail front blunt. Yeah. Back tail, front blunt.
Yeah.
Goes for it again, probably lands it. Yeah. Oh my
fakey flip
god.
in.
Big
fakey
spin
flip.
out.
Look at it. He's like, oh wait, hold on, let me run over here real quick. Let me run over here real quick. Let me get this last trick. This kid's 12, dude. Kick flip, blunt, varial flip out.
Oh my.
And then he's like, oh, I'm gonna big flip this real quick. Okay. And then I'm gonna big flip into this gap too. I like watched this line 10 times. Bro, this is a line at Tampa Am. This kid's not even pro. This is a line at Tampa Am, and this is second place. That was a second place run, dude.
Did he not win?
I
thought he won.
No, that's a second place run, and I think it's because he bailed that first big flip blunt.
It is
shove it.
Yeah. Wow.
But like that's the shit. That's the shit that I'm talking about.
Like,
with like
Tampa.
That's Tampa Am. Right? Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, there's like a lag, so it's like every time I talk and you talk.
Dude, but like skateboarding is progressed
But like
so much, dude. That's insane to me. That's a line. That kid's 12 years old. That's a 12-year-old kid doing a line. Every trick would have won like a best trick contest back in my day. Just a single trick. And pick any trick out of that whole run. That would have been like best trick fucking winner. And he strings like 7 together.
Like kickflip front blunts. Like
dude, that blunt he did, and he like,
and that's when I go back to like people like just they want it, like they constant. It's like this trick, then like you're not coming home until you land this. Like, and that's like comes down with like the parents too. It's like not only are like some parents like they're so strict with their kids to where like they want that not only they see their kid like progressing in this, but they're also like, okay, well, this is my kid's gonna make money. This is what my kid's gonna do, so
and that's,
I'm gonna push my kid to the limit. Like
that's weird for me.
You do this trick over and over and over again.
In my generation,
and if you don't do it, then you can't have dessert.
In my generation of skateboarding, that wasn't even conceivable. Like there were pros like making a little bit of money. You basically had to own a company or like start your shit to really be making any money. And back in the early 90s and mid 90s, like skateboarding wasn't really making a ton of money. I think like I can say that for sure.
No.
But nowadays, like, so like,
and like
back in my generation of skateboarding, parents would like do anything they could to keep their kids from skateboarding. And like nowadays, like you have such a push, you know what I mean? It's like, it's so like mind fucky to me. Cause it was like, man, this was like the thing that the parents wanted their kids to stay away from. And nowadays it's like you go to a skate park and dude, there's probably more parents at the skate parks than like kids nowadays. Like helicopter parents too. Like run around. You're like, dude, this is a fucking skate park.
yeah, exactly.
Where are all the fucking meth heads and gangbangers at? Like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah, it's definitely changed like a lot, and it's I don't know. I feel like it's also not only the parents, but I guess it is the kids too. Like kids are hungry, and they're seeing people get gnarlier, and they're like, well, I can do that. I'm gonna do that, and like I feel there's also a difference between like strict contest skaters and people who are gonna go out and skate street. There's a whole different level of like if you look at there's who Carlos Ribeiro is, or I think that's how you pronounce his name, Ribeiro. So like if you look at some of his tricks, like they're good. Like tray flip nose blunt, like that is a super hard trick. Yeah. But it's something that he does over and over and over again to the point where he has it
locked
perfectly.
Yeah.
But it's all in contest. Like I don't see him doing tray flip front nose blunt down a 10 stair.
Well, that was the criticism that a lot of people gave Naja. That's like criticism a lot of people gave him. They would say, "Oh, he's a contest skater. And then he'd come out with like this sick fucking street park, and it's like, dude, this guy like rips fucking everything."
See, but that's wrong to even say that, because before Nyjah even did Street League, he was ripping, doing front feebles down like 14 stair rails when he was a little kid, when he was like 8 years old and had like long dreads, that. See, like people who say that, like they're wrong. Like he just blew up more in the contest because he was getting better and he was getting so good, and people were like, dude, this guy rips, like. And now he's not in them anymore. Well, I think he is, but I don't think he was in the last Street League. Yeah. Or actually a couple of them that went on. But, he's been focusing on not only his company, but he's been focused on, like, street parts. And now we're coming to the end of the year where pros are going to be starting to drop parts. Like, watch. Even, like last year, Louis Lopez dropped, like, 3 parts by the end of the year
that
for
dude
Saudi.
Fucking rips.
And now this year, they're going to do the same thing. I bet you Nyjah comes out with 2 more parts before the end of the year.
No shit. Dude, that last...
Because this one...
That newest
like
one he dropped was
like
fucking
for his company
stacked.
to drop.
Yeah, his board company, right?
Yeah.
That was a stacked fucking...
So that was like for his board company.
That was a sick part, dude. Like all gnarly, not even shit that's gnarly, but like technical tricks on gnarly fucking rails and shit too.
Yeah.
Like, dude.
And it's wild because, like, some of the lines that he was doing, it just looks like he was just cruising. Like, it doesn't even look like he's trying.
I like how he just does like that fakey 50-50 down that double kink or triple kink. I can't even remember how big that rail was. Like, he pops in fakey.
I was like, dude, no way.
I was like, dude, I've never seen anyone, like, fakey 50-50 a big rail like that before. And you think that would be, like, just an automatic trick. But it's like, dude, that's fucking gnarly, too, you know? Fucking popping in fakey.
Yeah, like that is
crazy.
That is insane.
Yeah, dude. So,
but someone sent me a picture. Was that you that sent me a picture? Or no, I think it was someone else. They sent me a picture of someone skating over the rabbit, and I was like, dude, I want to do that with my truck. Skate over, like, just I'll put a kicker ramp and go over the bed.
I've done that a bunch of times, dude. I had a bunch of old pictures up on, like, Vortex of me olling over Mark 1 off of, like, I would find loading docks. And I would park my Mark 1 next to a loading dock. Oh, dude, I sent you that picture. I ollied my old caddy. And I was like, dude, I fucking skate. And I sent you that picture. I was like, check this out. I used to have a caddy, too.
I think I remember that.
Yeah. When,
Oh, yeah, it's right here.
When like, how old were you when you started, like, feeling like you were getting good and you were locking into, like, for me, it was like everyone from my generation of skateboarding was like, you got to learn how to tray flip. Like, if you get a tray flip down and you start tray flipping things, like, you're sponsored. You know? So for me, it was like, I got to progress to the tray flip, and then you go from there. Like, how old were you when you were, like, starting to piece it together?
Probably, like, I think I, like, found somewhat of my style and, like, pieced things together when I was, I think, like, 16, 17. I was, at Woodward, and I came back from Woodward, and some of my friends were like, yeah, like, you're finding your style. Mm-hmm. And then definitely recently, like, just watching, watching America videos and watching, like, creature videos and whatnot, and just, like, really, like, finding, like, okay, like, how these guys are skating. It's like, that's, like, what my style is, and that's like what it's always going to be, just because, like, I can't flip in, flip out like someone, I don't know,
yeah, like all the techie skaters.
Yeah, like, I can't do that. I can do kick flip in, kick flip outs, and, like, if I'm lucky, 3 flip in on something, but nothing, like, really impressive like that. I
love that.
Definitely when I was in Arizona.
I love your style of skateboarding, though. That's why I think I was, like, attracted to it. It's like all the pros that skate like you. I'm attracted to that kind of street skating because it's more simplistic and you have more of, like, a raw, like, style. Like, it's straightforward. It's, like, straightforward skateboarding, no gimmicks. It's just, like, big, gnarly, like, just fucking really dope shit. Like, fucking front blunt kick flip out, dude. Like, this is spicy, dude. This is you. Front blunt.
Was that clip, yeah.
Fuck,
that was the first time I did it on that hubba.
That's so I was, like, pretty sick, dude. I can't even lock in the front blunts anymore, dude. They're so scary. They're so fucking scary.
They are a very scary trick.
Oh, that was so sick. But I just, like, really love, like, the way you skate, dude. I love your style. You just charge. Like, you're super flowy, too. Fakey flip on the bank, dude. That was sick. A little backside tail.
I try my hardest, I put my heart into it, and I'm just like, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do it, And definitely being out in Arizona and, like, skating with people who are not only better than me, but who are at that same level and skating all the time. Mm-hmm. I think that's also when I figured out, like, my style and just figured out how I wanted to skate and what I want to look like when I want to skate, the clothes I want to wear, and just everything, really.
Yeah, dude. It's like, again, it just, like, you morph it in, like, to an identity. Like, this is me, dude. This is my style. This is how I skate. Like, it's part of my personality. That was sick, dude. 50-50 upper rail to backside tail. I love it, dude.
So This past year, I really, really, really wanted to film more.
Mm-hmm.
It just like didn't happen. But I think I'm hoping that this spring coming up in summer, I'm gonna put more work into it because over this past like the beginning of fall, the America rep started flowing me.
Dude,
So I need to get more footage.
I was going to ask you about that. I saw that on your IG. I was like, Flow for America, dude? Flow by a shoe company? That's fucking sick, dude. That's so dope.
So that's like, and it helps that like, not I can't say that helps, but it's cool that like I've met a lot of those guys, like the America team. Like when I lived at Aaron's house, dude,
Mm-hmm.
I've met like numerous and like can't even keep on my fingers how many pros I've met just living at his house. And just like pros coming just to hang out and just like them just being friends because they've been lifelong friends.
Yeah.
And like it's just like dude, it was like the sickest thing ever. But I think in a way that kind of helps keep my name like in the loop in a way, even though I'm not like on or like in Thrasher magazine or like putting constant part out. Like people really don't know my name, but like they kind of have that on like the back burner, I guess you would say, or like not really the back burner, but like it's floating in the air.
Yeah.
They kind of there's connections there of like not only through the rep, but the rep knowing the team manager of America. Well, Aaron actually, personally being friends with the rep of or the team manager of America, and like, Dakota Sterivold being a part of America, and like Aaron and Dakota being, best friends. Like, so it's kind of like in that loop of, if hoping, praying one day it happens. If something happens, sick. If it doesn't, whatever. It is what it is.
Dude, I mean, fuck it. I think you rip super, super hard. Like I said, like I love your style of skateboarding. It's the style of skateboarding I love to watch most because it's just like raw street skateboarding. It's just like raw park skateboarding.
Yeah.
It's like not. I see what you say. Like I'm impressed. Like that 12-year-old kid that we just watched. Like I'm impressed seeing the technical capabilities of kids nowadays. But like for that kid, I mean, I'm not knocking this at all. Like I can't really get down with his style. Like he's doing like crazy. And I had this conversation with some skateboarders at the skate park recently. Like Rodney Mullen, he's a legend. He's a fucking god. Most flip tricks wouldn't exist if he didn't make it up. But I was never ever in love with Rodney Mullen's skateboarding style. I mean, you look at the old skate videos, if you look at the old videos like Day One versus Rodney Mullen, Day One always had like just this way smoother style. You know what I mean? Like all of his flips.
He kind of had like a more of like a raw style, like you were saying.
Yeah, dude.
You would find Day One not only doing flip in, flip outs on whatever, and like skating the like picnic benches on roofs and whatnot, but like also skating transition.
Yeah, but
it's like that is
his style, like while he was skating, was like always dope to watch. The way he caught his flip tricks, the way he was landing, just the way that he would skate. And Rodney Mullen was always like his style's like way more mechanical. You know what I mean? It's like
freestyle.
It's not as flowy. And so that's one thing that I rather watch, like someone just do like a big fatty like ollie over a pyramid hip, just like super boom pop flowy, than like some kid who does like this super, pops it like that high, like switch, like name some fucking like switch, big spin, flip, like, whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's just, and then that's another thing too, like kids at skate parks these days, like the flip tricks are just like names for shit, just like, wait, what? It's like, oh, laser flip, this, and I'm like, wait, isn't that a 360 heel flip? Like a dolphin flip, like whatever flip. I'm like, what? I don't even speak skateboarding anymore, dude. It's crazy. I need to learn.
I don't even know. Like some of like there's this one kid who skates our park. He's not even a kid. He's like 27, but dude, flip in, flip out, like so constant, and it's like so good all the time, and like he is a very very good skateboarder, but he's like it's slow. Like I don't like that. I can't skate slow. I don't have the patience to sit there and try a manual trick over and over and over and over again. I'd rather go charge out a front blunt down something and try it multiple times, get wrecked on it, and if I land it, I land it. If I don't, I don't. You know, like I guess in the way it's the same thing, but like I don't have the patience to do kickflip, like front crook, kickflip out. Like no, I'm not doing that.
That's also like what's cool about skateboarding is how nuanced it is. Like a lot of people who like just look at skateboarding and they don't like they look at it from the outside, but they don't really know skateboarding, think it's all the same, but it's not. Like for instance, I have like a bunch of dudes that I've met and skate with at the Rhodes Park here in Boise. And they're super technical, and they'll go to the park, and it's like, I'm going to learn switch, kickflip, back tail, shove-its. And then, like, homie will sit there the entire session just trying to nail switch, flip, back tail, like shove it. You know? And it's like, he'll get one, you know, took the whole session to do it, and then I got other homie over here who's just, like, cruising the whole fucking park. 5-0, quarter pipe, drops in, ollie gap, like boom, boom. And it's just like, I'd rather watch that than, you know what I mean? Than the switch, kickflip, back tail, shove it.
Exactly what you mean.
But I do respect, I respect them both. Like I can't switch fucking kickflip, back tail, shove it. Like that seems like.
Right. Yeah. And like there's that level where you're like, okay, I know what I can do, but I'm not trying that.
You know what's crazy too?
Do that,
you know what's crazy too is the homie that can switch kickflip, back tail, like shove it, you know, like a little or like a little ledge, like can't ollie like the pyramid. You know what I mean? It's like shit. Like the skill sets are like way like, you know, like how can you not charge an ollie the top like over the top of the pyramid? And like gap it, but like you can switch, flip, back tail, shove it. What?
That's crazy. There was someone that was telling me that they knew twins that they never dropped in on a quarter pipe before. And they only skated street. Like, they never touched a mini ramp. They never touched anything. They were only flip out skateboarders. Like,
that's crazy,
yeah,
dude.
I'm like, how do you go to a skate park and not flip in, or how do you not go to a skate park and
just cruise,
not drop into anything?
Yeah.
Yeah, and, like, skate a ramp. Like, you're just skating a ledge and a bank, like, in a mani pad. Like, to me, that's so boring.
I can see it. I mean, not nowadays, not as much, dude, because there's skate parks fucking everywhere, but when I started skateboarding, like say year 2, 95, there weren't skate parks anywhere, dude. I had to travel like an hour and a half to get to a skate park. And then that skate park was like a shit park. You know what I mean? And so I don't think I skated
it's just like crappy asphalt.
Yeah, dude. And it's like, you know, like a quarter pipe that's got like that chunky fucking transitions, not even smooth, and like there's like no metal coping everywhere. Everything's chunked out. You know what I mean? It'd be like one of those parks.
The woods are just like,
super warped.
The wooden ramps are just
dude. The
warped
front
and like
of the
have
ramp is
giant
warped.
holes in them,
dude. And so I don't think I even skated a legit quarter pipe or mini ramp until like my 3rd or 4th year, like balls deep into skateboarding. Because it was just like shit wasn't really prevalent. Like I lived in a small like hick town where like skateboarding was like super frowned upon. There's like 3 of us in the whole town that actually skated. And we skated like 3 stairs, red curbs, and like fucking speed bumps. Like all day, every day. That's all we skated.
And it's sick because like, well, that's kind of how it is here. You know, we have a skate scene, but it's not like it's not a very big skate scene. You know, we have one park in York, we have another park in Harrisburg, and we have, I think there's another one that just got built in a town called, that's from me. So it's like, so I don't go there all the time.
Gotcha. Dude, speaking of FDR, I got that fucking Rip Ride Rally shot of you doing that fucking backside grab melon, whatever you want to call it, on that fucking 12-foot vert column.
Oh, right.
Dude, that was gnarly.
Dude, yeah.
Did you go from the drop in?
That is terrifying.
Did you go from the drop in?
No. I was like, I saw one dude like drop in, and he got speed wobble, and he slammed right in the wall. I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm just gonna, I was like, I'm not dropping in. I was like, I'm not even climbing up there, because I know if I climb up there, I'm gonna try to drop in, and I'm just gonna die. So I was like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna skate it.
That thing is so...
It was sick, because when I was skating it, Fred Gall was skating it with me too. Well, I went up and he was skating it. I was skating it with him. Dude, he did the sickest frontside flip.
What?
A frontside flip that high, that same height that I was at, frontside flipped on that wall.
Damn,
huge. Yeah,
dude.
It was insane.
That's crazy, dude.
And that wall is probably like, I don't know. It's very small. It's probably like 4 foot, maybe 4.5 foot wide.
Yeah, dude. It looks sketchy as fuck, dude.
And
it's hard, like, because you're popping into a vertical column. Like, it's so weird on how you, like, popping in air like that, like, where you have to pop, because, like, it's not like a lip or, like, a quarter pipe that you're popping out of. Like, you still have a fucking vert column in front of you.
It fucking... Yeah, that, and, like, you're up on the wall like this, and as soon as you pop, you're going out. Like, you're going back.
Dude.
It's just so much vert.
And then you got to kind of go with it and get back in the tranny. Pop back into the tranny.
Yeah, I think it's like 11.5 of vert or something like that.
Yeah,
or like
dude.
12 foot of vert.
I seen a clip of that kid who fucking made it all the way to the top of the fucking of the column.
Jake Yanko.
Yeah, dude, that was fucking
Dude, he had
nuts.
He broke his spine or broke his neck that day.
Shit, dude. That's fucking gnarly.
He did that with a broken neck.
No way. What?
Yeah, there's a whole like actually Independent just posted a video of it. But Fred actually kneed him in the back of the head on accident and broke his neck.
Shit.
And Jake was like, "Oh man, like my neck hurts." And he's like, I think he was saying in an interview that he knew that he broke his neck, but he was just like, it hurts. I can't move it the one way, but I can still walk around and skate. So he tried that and like did the most gnarliest thing. That is like literally one of the most gnarliest things that probably will ever go down on a skateboard. Other than, actually, I can't say that because there's so many gnarly things that's been done on a skateboard. But like that for FDR and for a DIY park, that is hands down the gnarliest thing that will ever go down on skateboarding.
That was so fucking gnarly.
I guess I can't say that either because it's not even
not even
for now
yeah.
Yeah, dude, that is the gnarliest thing that's gone down.
It was gnarly, dude. He went all the way up and basically like power slid like 5 feet of vert to get back in to the column.
Dude, some dude did back big spin on that wall.
I saw that, dude. That was gnarly, dude.
Gnarly.
Fuck, dude. That's pretty sick, man. Speaking of FDR, they're doing the Toys for Tot. The DCI VW is doing Toys for Tot thing there tomorrow, dude. Are you gonna go check that out or?
Yeah.
Sick.
I want to, but I know, but I'm gonna be tempted to skate, and I can't skate right now.
Just don't take your board, dude.
Of my ribs, so I'm like.
Leave your board at home.
Yeah, but like, what's the point?
Drive the truck out, dude.
Well, I'm not.
Get the truck out there.
Oh, dude, I don't know if I'd.
Kick it with the homies.
I don't know if I trusted enough to get out there. I would be my thing is I would park the truck and then not even look at any cars and just go skate. That's exactly my mentality. And like no, like seriously.
No,
like,
I love that, dude. I fucking love
you
that.
Laugh about that, but it's like
I love it.
But it's like I will go to a car show and park my truck and like I haven't done this yet, but I could personally park my truck at a car show and then leave and not even be there because like I just don't want to be there.
Yeah.
Like I'd rather like at Marco Madness. That's something you have to go to like next year if you can make it. Go.
I know.
But like I mean, you're always around it there, but you know, when it comes to like the show field, I'll park my truck in the show field and like walk around somewhere else. Just I don't know. I don't want to be.
Shows are
I
not
don't
for
know.
everybody,
There's
dude.
like a.
They're
Like
definitely not for everybody.
I'll park, but
Yeah.
I went to a show recently, and I took my wagon because my truck, I was doing ABA swapping that, and so I took my wagon. I went to the show, bought 2 things, and left. I was just like, I didn't even walk around in the show field at all. I walked around. That's another thing. I'll just walk around the parts, like looking for parts and like stupid shit that I don't need. Or like door handles and stuff. Like I'll pick that stuff out and hopefully get it before someone else does.
Yeah.
Because like that stuff is like, you know, you can't. It's hard to find now, and I'd rather go look at that than someone's like Audi S4 like
I'm the
Quattro
same way,
whatever it is that's like bagged on. I'm just like, nah, I'm good, man.
Yeah, I'm the same way, dude. Like I have one show that I go to, our Pacific Waterland show. The first thing I do is I throw my shit down and I go straight to the fucking. Like flea market
vendors.
shit. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like straight, boom. I start searching through shit. Like, I want to get some stuff, you know? I still don't really find fucking shit. Everyone beats me somehow to all the good shit. But dude, shows aren't for everybody, dude. You know, like I like meets. I like going to meets and kicking it. Like me and some homies that would, you know, roll and meet in a parking lot, and I'd bring like a launch ramp, and we'd like skate a launch ramp in the parking lot or fucking.
See, that's sick.
Whatever, you know.
But like the thing, if I would do that, I'd be the only one skating because there's no one around me that skates.
Yeah.
And there's like no one around. Well, there's a kid up the street here. Well, he's not a kid. He's like 31. But he has a mini ramp. He has a mini ramp in his garage, and I've gone up there and skated that a couple times.
Dude.
So
that's dope.
But yeah, if I would bring a launch ramp out to a parking lot at a meet, dude, I'd be the only one skating.
That'd still be sick though. You should carry one in the back of your truck and just boost over it. Do like a melon over the truck and be like, "All right, guys, I'm out."
I actually had one loaded in my truck. So for Halloween, me and the one owner of the skate shop that I ride for, we loaded a launch ramp in the back of my truck, and dude, it's the sickest thing ever because it's like the best of both worlds. You got my lowered truck,
yes,
and then you got a launch ramp, you know, in the back of the truck, and it's just me going down the parking lot, just in a lowered pickup.
Oh, hell yeah, dude! What's the shop you ride for? Shout them out. Exist, right?
Exist Skate Shop.
Boom! Shout out Exist. Sick. Got a picture of you up here. Yeah, dude. I have a little. It's like an ocean, or was it OC ramps? I have a little OC ramps launch ramp that I stick in the back of my Euro van, and then I'll
sick.
Hit up a fucking parking lot and skate with my kid. It's pretty fucking awesome. Yeah,
does your kid like skate consistently, or is he like kind of learning it?
He is now, dude. Like not too long ago, he dropped in on his first quarter pipe, cement quarter pipe at Rhodes. It's like a 5-foot quarter pipe.
Oh, that's so
dude.
Sick.
He didn't even know how gnarly it was. He's like, "Check it out, I can drop in." And he like drops in. And I was like, "Oh shit!" I was like, "Dude, that was sick." He doesn't even know how. Like I had to explain it to him. I was like, "Dude,
how old is he?"
He's 9. Yeah. And so I didn't want to push him into skateboarding so it would like sour skateboarding for him. You know what I mean? Cuz I grew up with like a stepdad who was like super like jock, like peaked in high school kind of jockey type, and he would like force me to play sports even if I didn't want to play sports, and it made it not fun.
Yeah.
Like, it's like I don't want to, right? So I didn't want to do that with my own son with skateboarding or snowboarding or anything. So I just kind of let him find shit himself. And I remember one day, I think I took him to a skate park, and this is probably last year, because he would like get on a skateboard and just ride around, but it was just for fun. He wasn't like serious about it. And then I took him to a local skate park here.
Right.
And I like kind of held his hands and helped him like drop down this like little snake run. And then by the end of the day, he was like riding it by himself. And then he was like super stoked. And I was like, all right, so let's learn how to kick turn on a quarter pipe. So I was like, pushing him up this quarter and like showing him how to kick turn, and then he practiced that, and then I was like, dude, now you can drop in on the snake run, kick turn the quarter pipe, and make it back around to the start, and you could just do laps, dude.
Yeah.
Just do laps. And he's like, oh, and so
and that's how it starts.
Boom. He starts doing laps. He's like, I could cruise the whole skate park. I'm like, dude. And so now, ever since then, he's always like, let's go to the skate park. Let's go to the skate park. Let's go to the skate park. And so I take him, and I'll try to teach him something every time we go. Like, he's getting ollies pretty good. He's still got like the little Hesher ollies where he like can't get the, or not a Hesher ollie, like a little, what do you call it, like Grom ollie, where you can't get like the board flattened out.
Yeah.
So he'll like pop it, rock it, and just kind of like, but he's getting that, and then like dropping off of ledges and stuff. He can kind of like, you know, straighten the board out to drop off ledges and drop off curbs, and so he's getting like all the basics down. And I'm like, dude, once you can like ollie up a curb, your life's gonna change. Like, that's when skateboarding changed for me. Like, when I could like skate and just like ollie up shit, it's like, dude, I can go anywhere now. You know?
Do you ever look at it as like, you're like, whoa, like my son is at the point of skateboarding, like you look at it as like I was doing this at one point, you know, this was me, literally me at one point, learning this stuff, and you're like, now my child is doing this, and like, you know, it's just like, it's weird to think about. I don't have kids, but it's like, you know, one day it's gonna be weird to think about that. It's like, you know, at 10, 11, 12, learning how to skate and like trying it. It's like, at one point I was doing that. I was at that point. I was that kid, you know, trying those tricks, trying to find like my style, trying to figure it all out. It's like, dude, you know, you understand it.
As a dad, it's fucking really cool, dude. You know, like to be a part of that, like to have your son like get into skateboarding and kind of find it on his own, and to be able to be a part of it. I mean, he's, you know, if he takes skateboarding seriously, he's beat me to it by a couple of years. And like I said, I didn't start skating till I was 11, and then when I started really getting serious, I was probably more like 12, right? So it's just super rad, man. And it's something, you know, I can just go to the skate park. My kid can go with me. I can skate and do my own little slappy grinds and shit that I do as an old man, and then try to teach him a couple things to push him out of his comfort zone a little bit. You know what I mean? And, but dude, like I said, fuck, skateboarding's so gnarly nowadays, man. Like, there's like 6, 7, 8-year-old kids that show up at these skate parks, and they're fucking rippers, dude. Like, just,
it's insane. Yeah, it is wild.
Dude.
I've been doing lessons on the weekends too. Rad. Like, before I got hurt, and like towards the end of summer, I first started them. Which I should have started them earlier, but it's just like the way it worked out. It's like the end of summer, and like now we're in like winter here. But I can't do them right now just because I'm hurt. But anyways, I got, you know, these kids that have never stood on a board before, and they're like, they want to try it, and like they're trying it, and they're learning so fast, and it's like so sick to see their progress, like of how good they're getting. Like this one girl that I've been doing lessons with, you know, when she first came to just like 2 bumps, like 2 Twinkies or whatever, like the first day I was pushing her over them, and she was like slamming on them and like couldn't get over it. And then finally she got over it, and then now, like, you know, 2 months later down the road, you know, she can drop in, she can kick turn, she can do axle stalls, she can 50-50 grind like on a quarter pipe, and it's like so sick to see that. Yeah, it's crazy, insane of how much progress she has made.
That's nuts, dude. Kids are crazy nowadays, dude. Like, dude,
and I think it also comes down to, like, you know, since, you know, you're a skateboarder, and now your son's gonna, you know, have that interest, well, somewhat of an interest. You know, my friends, you know, their dads skated together. They're like, my best friend's stepdad and dad skated as teenagers together. Grew up skating, and like, you know, they're still a skateboarder to this day, and they still like have that respect of skateboarding.
That's another thing that's another thing that's crazy that I look at it being, I mean, I'll be 41 here pretty soon, so I would say 98% of all the homies that I grew up skateboarding with don't skate anymore, have no interest in skating, haven't touched a board in 10, 20 years, like basically since, you know, high school or since we all graduated and stuff. So that's a weird thing too. Like most of the skater homies that I meet and go and skate with are like half my age, you know, like it's, you'll see.
Yeah. And that's how it's always going to be.
Yeah, dude. I'll see, you know, a couple dudes out there.
It's going to get to the point where, go ahead.
I was going to say, I'll see a couple dudes out there and they're either like a generation ahead of me, right? Or they're still like, you know, in their like late 20s or something, you know, like I know there's some 40-year-old skateboarders out there, don't get me wrong, but like, you know, it's like this weird area to be in where like I had a solid skate crew of homies, you know, back in the day. And then like for it to have none of them skate anymore, that's like kind of crazy. It's like, how do you guys stop skating?
I watched something recently of I think it was a TED Talk, and the one guy on there was talking about he's a skateboarder, and he was talking about how like as you get older, you know, your friends that you know you skated with all throughout your 20s and like in high school and whatnot, you know, they slowly start growing out of skateboarding. Mm-hmm. And then he's like nowadays my best friend is a 13-year-old kid and I'm 45 and I'm, you know, at the skate park hanging out with this kid.
That's totally
it, way
dude.
Better than me, but like it's so weird to think about that, you know.
Dude,
you can't look at it as like an age thing. It's just like you're skateboarding. It's like there's
still like a weird disconnect. So I remember vividly being like the 15-year-old, 16-year-old hungry like ripper at a skate park, and then looking at all the old dudes showing up and putting pads on, old dudes being like my age now, and being like, oh, the old dudes at the park or whatever. You know what I mean? And like now being that old dude and still having that frame of reference of when I was younger and look how I looked at people who are dudes who are my age. It's like, fuck, dude. I'm like now the old dude. What's cool, dude, is like the language of skateboarding transcends age, right? At a certain point. Like I didn't grow up skating pools. I wasn't part of that like, you know, early 80s, late 70s generation of skateboarding. That's a little more disconnected because when, you know what I mean? So
have you ever skated a real pool?
I've tried. It's fucking hard as shit. I see you ripping them.
It's hard.
Dude, it is hard.
I've skated
transitions on pools are gnarly. Yeah,
it's hard.
And so you go to a skate park nowadays and like as long as I'm talking skateboarding with like someone younger than me, like we can just vibe and like, oh yeah, dude, you almost got that. Are you gonna frontside flip? Or dude, you should try to backside flip that. I'll try to ollie this, you backside flip it. Like let's, you know, whatever. And you feed off of that stoke. But as soon as it's anything else that's not skateboarding related, like it's like, fuck, man, we're disconnected. Like, you know what I mean? Like there's too much of a time gap to
it's true.
You know?
Or there's like, or even there sometimes when there's certain pros that they knew of and you're just like, I don't know who that
dude,
is.
Dude, every kid like every young kid I skate with, like will drop names of pros that like, oh, did you see so-and-so do that? I'm like, I have no idea who you're talking about, you know? And
that's how it is with me too now. It's like, there's like that Jin Woo dude, like before before like Tampa Am this year, I had no clue who he was.
Yeah, dude. You and he's just out there fucking
I don't pay attention to it.
It's hard. Because so many more people, and that's
it's so hard.
That's another thing, like skateboarding, you know, from my generation was so more consolidated. Like there was like a handful of pros. And so you know who all the pros were. You know what I mean? Like there was like
exactly.
under 100 pro skaters back in my day. You had Duffy, you had Costin, you had like all the dudes like Tony Hawk. You had all the dudes from the old, like when they were young in the 80s and we were still relevant in the 90s. Then you had all the dudes from the 90s. That's what I grew up on. You know, by the time like even Muska and stuff started to come around, I was like kind of getting out of like, you know, skateboarding a little bit as far as like paying attention to shit. But There are only so many people to pay attention to. Nowadays, like with social media and Instagram, fucking everybody rips. There's a million rippers. You know what I mean? Like, it's just hard to, like...
Dude, and, like, that's the... In my mindset, I am always thinking, like, the way to get sponsored is to, you know, film a sponsor me tape and, like, send it to... or, like, give it to your shop, and, like, they give it to, like... like their reps and whatever, but nowadays it's not even like that.
No.
You're like posting clips on Instagram, and like, dude, they could be like the most baller clips in the world.
Yeah.
And like, they're just tagging people, and like these companies are like, yo, like this kid is good, like let's get him on, like, for sure. You know, and that's like where it's at now, which in my mind kind of sucks, but at the same time, it's like, you know, there's so many pros and there's so many kids who are sponsored by
many companies.
Vans, Red Bull, you know, Monsters. Yeah. Oh my God, like it's insane. Like how some of these companies, how some of these companies blew up to be what they are, and two, like how they can have the money just to like put so many kids on their team.
I know, dude. I know.
And just like not care. Like Powell. You ever look how many riders Powell Peralta has on their team?
Powell's a pretty...
It is insane.
They're a pretty big company though, but I'll like find out like some random, you know, over here some random company that like everyone's talking about, and it's like a company I never heard of before, and I'll look them up, and they have like, you know, a ton of social media followers, like all this merch, a bunch of shit, and I'm like, damn, dude, I don't even know who the fuck this is. But there's like so many companies like that. That never used to be the case, dude. Like back in my generation, there was like 10 skateboard companies. You know what I mean? And they were all they were all division. They were like all under other known skateboard companies. Like World Industries had like Plan B, and like Blind, and like, you know what I mean? Like Deluxe had like Real and Think, and you know, like everything like was kind of consolidated. You kind of follow. I
forgot about Think.
Yeah, dude, Think was the shit. Remember that light bulb graphic?
Think was so sick.
Yeah, dude.
I've been finding Lost. Remember the company Lost?
Lost.
It was like ... Lost.
Yeah, dude. I think they were a surf company first.
They are. But I think they kind of had a skate company as well. But I've been finding like, I don't know if they're like new like pop shirts. They gotta be, but they've they're in Ross, dude. Like Lost shirts are in Ross Dress for Less.
Dude, I think I found
and that's another place that like they used to sell skate shoes. Like if you didn't have money, like $65 for like a pair of Vans, dude, you go to Ross and they would have like, they would sometimes have Janowskis there, and you would go buy Janowskis or go buy half cabs there. Like they would have them there, and they were like $20.
Nowadays, I've done that. My wife loves to go like to all those stores, and I'll like dip in there and be like, I wonder if I can find any like, and it's just all like DCs and like, you know, like shit they sell at Kohl's.
Yeah.
like nah.
Dude, I've been seeing a lot of Heelys. Heelys are on.
Why is that making a comeback, dude? And rollerblading. I'm sorry if any of the homies who are into the
rollerblading.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
If any of the homies listening are into rollerblading and Volkswagens, I'm sorry, but fuck. I like the rollerblading's coming back.
I know one.
I was like, no.
I know one, and Dan. I think it's Dan Mahoney, or I think that's how you say his name.
You're gonna out him.
He has I think like a Tech 53 build, like a Golf or something like that. But dude, he rollerblades, and I didn't know that until I saw his Rabbit at Reed the one day, and I was like, dude, this is Dan's car. I'm like, is he here? And like, yeah, sure enough,
he shows up on rollerblades.
Rollerblading around. I'm like, what the fuck?
I don't know which one I don't know which one I can't do the most, scooters or rollerblades.
I'd rather have rollerblades back than scooters.
Yeah, dude, scooters are just, they're bad, man.
In my mind.
It's just a scooter.
But the thing is with rollerblades, they wax the living crap out of everything at the park.
So they put some work in.
Dude, but work that's like they shouldn't be doing. It's unnecessary.
Yeah. Wow, they're fucking doing weird grinds on shit that you wouldn't. I don't know, dude. They do like their weird slides across shit until they'll wax the top of a pyramid, and then if you hit it on a skateboard and get all that on your wheels, you're fucked. Oh shit!
Oh my god!
Try to hit a quarter pipe.
Dude. Do you watch like snowboarding video parts?
Fuck yes, dude.
Kind of going off topic, sick, but like, dude, like the amount of gnarly stuff that someone does on a snowboard is like mind-boggling. To see like someone do something twice as big on a snowboard than what you see on a skateboard is just like
3 times
dude,
as big.
my mind explodes.
It's
like, what in the world?
The street snowboarding where dudes are dropping in on like a 5-story roof and hitting a fucking like a legit 2-story handrail, like back lip. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Or they're like going off of a launch ramp, going onto like a huge building, like brick wall, riding down the wall
ride,
and like into like a rail or something. It's
yeah,
like,
dude.
What?
Dude, yeah, it's fucking crazy.
I just watched this one. I just watched this one snowboard video part, and dude, my mind was so blown away of how good it was and like how good these kids were at snowboarding, and I was just like, what the hell?
That's another thing, dude. Like, I'm a skateboarder. Like, I didn't grow up snowboarding. Like, I had gone snowboarding a couple times, you know what I mean? Like high school, roll up, borrow a buddy's like board and fucking snowboard. I actually grew up surfing. I started surfing when I was my son's age. I think it's 8 or 9. But when I moved to California, like, I wasn't really close to the surf. Started skateboarding. You know what I mean? Wasn't really into anything else, and like skateboarding was like my shit. And so I didn't actually start snowboarding religiously until like my mid-30s, like 5 years ago.
Right.
And so like I'm still kind of like, I'm not like, dude, I can shred and like carve and stuff, but I'm fucking not hitting like gnarly 30-foot, 50-foot kickers or anything, right? But that's another thing, dude. You'll go around to these terrain parks and there's fucking little kids that are just boosting corked out 1080 fucking whatevers, dude. Just stomp. They're like, what wild. The fuck?
There was a skate shop that I rode for. It was the first shop that I rode for here in Pennsylvania, and the owner of the shop, he took me snowboarding one time, and I'll remember this like forever. He had a coffee mug in his hand, like a thermos or whatever, and he was drinking coffee. Goes off like one of like the little like off side of a trail, hits
a little side
like
hit.
A little like launch ramp on the side of a trail. Yeah, it like goes off trail and comes back up and does a good like back 180, like with a coffee thermos in his hand. And I'm just like, what?
Yeah, dude. I know.
But like we had another buddy with us and we watched him carve back up mountain.
Yeah.
Like how do you do that?
I ride with some dudes who have been snowboarding their whole lives, and they just fucking rip super hard, and I'm just like, fuck, dude. And then coming from skateboarding, you think it would just come easy, and some things do, like the balance, and like you're on a board, so like some things you'll learn like easier.
The balance definitely does, yeah.
Yeah, but like, dude, there's just like popping, you know, like popping on a snowboard's way different. Like, and I think actually.
Oh yeah.
If you learn how to skate,
and bailing, your board's sticking to your
dude.
feet.
If you learn how to skate and you've skateboarded so long and you build that muscle memory up, it's actually harder to learn snowboarding because like the mechanics of snowboarding are like way different than like skateboarding. So like at first when I would try to hit a kicker, I would try to like ollie it, like I was ollieing on a skateboard, and it's like,
oh right,
no, that's not how you do it. You got to kind of like. You got to kind of get your weight distributed on the back, but you're using whatever you're hitting as like the pop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or you're like using your edges if you're spinning. Like it's just like weird, you know? Like I was always like trying to like skateboard shit, and it's like, no, that's not gonna work.
Dude.
So.
Oh man.
But dude, I love snowboarding now. Yeah. Like. I absolutely love it. Just being up on the mountain, just cruising, dude, is like super fun. You know, like
yeah.
I don't even have to.
I haven't been in a couple years, but I would love to get back out there and do that. Just because There's no. Do you have indoor skate parks in where you live?
There
Like, in
used to
Idaho?
no,
In Idaho?
there used to be one here, but I don't think there are any more that exist, dude. Like all the indoor parks, like basically in most of the West Coast, just fucking closed, dude. Too many lawsuits. They just can't. They just can't keep them open.
Yeah, and like with the amount of outdoor parks that nowadays, it's indoor parks don't compete. But I feel like somewhere that gets cold in the wintertime, and if someone doesn't want to be out in the cold, freezing, you think that would do so well.
Yeah, dude, that's what I thought too.
I guess not. It's.
I mean, when I lived in,
I don't know, but I would definitely would love to snowboard this year or
fuck yeah,
something,
dude.
Because I can't skate.
Get up and rip, dude. When I lived in California, it wasn't a big deal to have like an indoor park because you could basically skate all year round, especially in Southern California. You definitely skate all year round. But
yeah, that's what I love about Arizona.
Yeah, like Central Oregon and where I'm at now, dude, definitely. I mean, it's like 22 degrees here during the day, dude. Like I could go skate, but fuck, dude, it's gonna take me forever to warm up. And then if you bail when it's like 22 degrees outside, that fucking sucks, dude.
Stings.
I might as well be on a snowboard if I want to be cold, Fucking bundled up.
I wonder if there's I mean, I'm sure they're out there, but I wonder if there's anyone like in like the Mk1 scene or just like the Volkswagen scene in general, or maybe someone that follows you that like is like is a skateboarder as well. Like I wonder if there's anyone who like actually is like diehard skateboarder and is like was a skateboarder first, but also has like found Volkswagen.
Ring us out, dude. Like
that they skate all. Yeah, like that they skate all the time.
Mm-hmm.
If someone's on here that does that,
hit us up in the comments. DM me. I was talking
let Ryan know. Cause
I was talking to Escher. I think it was Escher on a Instagram live. And
yeah.
I was like, dude.
He's one too.
Yeah, I was like, dude, I want to put together like a fucking skate video with all Volkswagen homies. Like everyone has a video part.
Yeah.
Or like send me footy and I'll put together like a video part and like have like cars in it too. Like show like shots of cars and then like in your skateboarding part. That'd be fucking sick. Like you do like a little B-roll of your truck.
Last year at Madness.
Dude, we'll set your truck up next to like a fucking ledge and we'll do like this B-roll pan out of your truck and then you skating up and doing like a front blunt like kickflip out on a ledge. That'd be so sick.
That'd be sick. I think I saw a picture of Escher one time skating York Park, skating like my local park, and I was like, oh, I didn't realize he skated. So last year at Madness, I was like, yo, dude, like if you're ever in York area and you want to skate, hit me up. But I don't think he like really knew who I was. And after that that podcast you did with him, he ended up following me on Instagram.
Yeah.
So like it'd be sick to like skate with him.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize like he was like pretty involved with FDR and like going and like building FDR. Like he helped build a lot of that stuff that's there now. And like,
yeah, dude.
That's pretty rad. So I mean, if he's ever in the York area and wants to skate, hit me up. I mean, I'm always down to skate.
Hit Connor up, dude. I think he rips. I think I seen an old photo. I can't remember if it was him or not doing like a hand plant in like a bowl or like in a transition section or something. I want to say that's
okay.
I think Escher rips. I'm pretty sure he rips. But yeah, dude, I still think it'd be dope to do like a skate video with all like Volkswagen dudes. Just skateboarding though.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah.
No rollerblading. No scooters.
I mean, it. That's the thing is like, skateboarding. Like, I don't know. Like, I make my truck the way like my old truck, old blue. I had I made a roof rack. It was out of skateboards.
Sick.
I made another one recently, and I took it with me to Madness last year, just because, no one's seen that before, and I was just like, I'm just making this truck, my personal truck, and I'm a skateboarder. I'm gonna express my truck as like, I'm a skateboarder. That's just how it's gonna be. So, I still have the rack that I made. I haven't put it back on just because I like the look of my truck without the rack on it. So,
dude, I got a homie Matthew. I always forget how to say your last name, Matt. Charhart? He makes like shift knobs out of like recycled skateboard decks. Have you seen those? I know other people have done it, but dude,
no, I haven't.
they're so sick. I have one in my squareback.
I would love to have one of those.
I have one in my squareback, and he's like making all kinds of shit. But I was gonna send him some decks to make, like, I have some pink like laminate like skateboard decks for like the FYEAH Volkswagen stuff. I was gonna send him some decks to make some shift knobs and put like the FYEAH Volkswagen's logo on the top, dude. I thought that'd be fucking dope.
Dude, that would be so. My shift knob is actually a doorknob.
What? Sick.
Yeah. It's if you look, I think you can see it in the one interior picture of my truck. I found it in the dirt in like
oh, the steering wheel's hiding it.
In a city oh, it is.
Yeah.
I found it in a city near me, and it was in the dirt, and I was like, whoa, like I've never seen a doorknob like this. And I took it home, cleaned it up, drilled and tapped it out to the size of the threads on the shifter, and it's been on there since.
That's pretty sick, dude.
It fits because it's like the same color as the interior, and it's just like it's something that you don't see. I think it's kind of cool.
That's fucking rad, dude. I'll text you Matthew's stuff, dude, so you can follow him. And like I said, he's
for sure. I want to see some of that.
Yeah, they're pretty dope, man. I like them a lot. So what's next up for the truck, dude? I know you said you ABA swapped it. Is everything good with that, or how did the ABA swap go?
That went well. I think the most of it was just doing rust repair, honestly, on the tower. Because I've done like a tower repair before on Old Blue, but it wasn't to the extent of what this one was. Old Blues, I literally just cut the tower out of one and put it onto Old Blue. Like I didn't go all out and like fix it properly. I just put it on, tacked it on, let it run. Yeah. This one I went through and like took the one layer off and actually went through and took my time with it and got a proper welding machine and
sick.
So I think that was the longest part. And then the motor, I mean, I was kind of building the motor as well. I just tore it down, just re-gasket everything, painted the block, cleaned the head up, and then it's just a stock ABA. There's nothing really in it. I did the Mark IV intake setup. So that's really the only thing that's different about it. But the wiring harness, maybe that was kind of tricky because I had no clue. But Chase Fisher, he helped me with that.
Shout out Chase.
And got that going. Yeah, dude, that dude is a god at ABAs. So
sick.
But yeah, I think that was like the longest was just the tower.
Were you planning on doing an ABA swap to it? Like, were you planning?
Yeah, I wanted to keep it a gas because like I had other friends saying like, why don't you like 1.9 diesel swap it? And I was just like, I could, but it's already gas. I'd rather just keep it a gasser and just let it go. And ABA is like something that I want. And
ABA's ripped, dude.
A little bit more reliable because the CIS motor that was in it, dude, ran great. Yeah. It ran no problems at all. Would fire up and would run and but I wanted something that I could keep up with traffic because I'd be 65 and floored. And not being able to really keep up. And now I can keep up fine. And
gets great gas mileage.
Personally, I've always sick. I've always wanted a VR truck. I've always wanted like one of those.
That picture.
Just from seeing videos of like VRs and just
the picture I sent
my old
you.
Mark II VR. I just like.
That picture I sent you of me ollieing that caddy, that was a 12-valve VR swapped caddy. They're fun, dude.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's sick.
That's a super fun truck.
I haven't had, like, the car. And I think, like, the truck is definitely something that I'm gonna very much hold on to for a long time. And if I ever do want to do a VR swap, I mean, I probably will do it in that.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, ABA is really reliable, and it's probably I should probably just stick with that.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to have fun with it.
Yeah.
I want to just say that I've done it. Had that in the truck before and just rip around in it. If I ever want to swap it back, then just keep the harness, keep everything together, and just like, go back and forth if I want to.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a pain in the ass, but I guess once you have everything built and have the mounts and have the harness, you can kind of just do whatever. You take it out and put ABA back in, take that out, put the VR back in if you absolutely wanted to.
No, it's sick too that like you're just a hands-on dude too. You're like, just gonna do a swap, just gonna do an ABA swap.
And the thing is,
cut your teeth with stuff like that.
I have no clue. Like during this ABA swap, I had really like no clue what I was doing, and like I was just kind of I was looking at Vortex and like old Vortex pose, and I have like the Bentley, like I was reading so much in that book, and because I literally have no clue what I was doing. I mean, dude, I tell you what, I was blowing up Chase and blowing up Clint's phone. Like, all right, what do I do now? How do I do this? What am I doing with this wiring? And I felt like I was being such a pain in the ass because like I just wanted my thing done. I just wanted it done and wanted to be able to drive it and that. So, but I appreciate them having the patience and.
I think that's super rad that you just took it on and fucking grinded through it, man. That's fucking awesome, dude. Motor swaps, I mean, like people kind of like nowadays are like, oh, swap, no big deal. But dude, swapping a motor into a car is always a big deal. You know what I mean? I know it's like a lot easier.
Yeah, for sure.
Nowadays, but fuck, dude, you still need to you still need to go through a lot of shit to like successfully swap.
You can say you did it, you know?
Yeah.
You're like, I did this.
Yeah. No, that
was the thing. It's like I did everything myself. Other than Chase helping me with the harness, everything I did myself.
That's fucking rad, dude. That's awesome. I like that, dude. Sick. Well, dude.
I think this winter I'd like to get it in the garage, and I have to take the windshield out and fix some rust that's right by the windshield there. But other than that, it's just sitting in the driveway. Drove it for the first time in 3 weeks today, so.
That's awesome, dude. I love your truck, bro. I do. It's a fucking sick little runner,
Thank
man.
you.
Yeah, dude. Well, fucking, man.
You'll have to see it in person sometime.
I'm going to try to make some plans. I know I always say it, dude. I hate saying shit, but I definitely need to get out that way, dude, for something, dude. Mark 1 Madness.
Man. I'm telling you, Madness is sick.
I'm trying to get my buddy Dave to trailer something out there and just ride with him.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, dude, even if you don't like bring a car, it's like whatever, you know.
It'd be sick.
You're just there. I mean, you enjoy Mark 1s and
dude.
People bring everything there.
Yeah,
it's
dude.
so fun.
That's fucking sick. Well, bro, dude, thank you so much for fucking coming on the podcast and chatting with me, dude. Like, I could talk.
Absolutely.
I could talk about skateboarding with you for like 7 hours straight, dude.
Yeah, like it's
And I got, dude. What would be sick?
A lot more to talk about too.
What would be sick would be to actually skate with you, bro. Like that would be sick.
Dude, that'd be sick. I'm down.
I would be super stoked. So.
I've never been to Idaho.
Come on out. I'm going to build a mini ramp in my front yard, dude. I'm going to build a mini ramp in my front yard, man. It'll be here by spring.
In the front yard?
Yeah, dude. It'll be built and up.
Right in the front yard.
By spring, dude. Be some fire pits, some beers, just chill and shred a fucking mini ramp. I'll just watch you fucking destroy it, and then I'll tear it down and be like, Connor destroyed it. He did every trick I would want to do on it, so got to tear it down.
How big?
I'm gonna do a 16.
How big are you gonna build it?
I'm gonna do a 16-foot wide, 3-foot with a 4-foot extension on the ends, so you can go front side and back side.
A decent size.
Yeah, dude.
My goal ramp is probably 16-foot wide, maybe a little bit bigger. And a 6-foot high ramp with an 8-foot extension.
Ooh. That's a big boy. I'm old, dude.
That's a big boy, but that's. That's what I want, man. That's like, I feel like the only way for me to get better and consistent with skating bowl and transition is to have a 6 foot tall mini ramp.
That's one thing that I've
have an extension of 8 foot.
Dude, that'd be sick. That's one thing that I've concentrated more on now that I wish I did a lot more when I was younger is like transition skating. Because like I said, I didn't really skate much tranny until park started to come around, and then I would only skate hips. I would like boost off of hips, grabs off of hips and stuff and do, transfers. But I never really got my lip tricks down. I never really like skated a lot of transitions. So like I think getting a mini ramp and just skating that all the time, then I could just take whatever I learned on a mini ramp to bigger transitions. And really, dude, I just want to be able to carve a whole fucking park, dude. Fucking long fatty 5.0 on like a fucking quarter pipe, drop back in, fucking just shit like that, dude. So, but dude, fucking thank you again for hopping on with me, bro. And chatting. It's been fucking amazing. I'll definitely try to get you back on because I knew this was going to be a skateboard heavy conversation, and that's what I wanted. I know it's a Volkswagen podcast, but this is a lifestyle, dude. We all have like a bunch of things in common. It all
ties in.
Yeah, dude. And so I know there's some skateboard homies that I really appreciate this episode. Dude, I'm going to put up, a lot of clips of your skateboarding throughout this for what we've talked about. Like, dude, you fucking rip, like straight up. Like you're a really, really good skateboarder. Like I enjoy all the clips and stuff that you post. Like I'm a super fan. Like keep fucking shredding. Keep shredding, dude. Every time you post something up, I get super stoked to watch you skate. So, just keep
Thank you.
Keep feeding my hunger.
I appreciate that.
Keep feeding my hunger for your skate clips. Dude, I hope you get rested up and you're back to skating. You know what I mean? I know the rib shit's got you kind of knocked out.
Yeah, but I think before after I heal up, I'm gonna go to Bam's house. I'm gonna go to Castle Bam's and skate that bowl that is in his So that thing I've been wanting to go, and I think once I get healed up, my buddy just went recently, and he's like, dude, once you're healed, we're going.
Dude,
I'm
that's
like,
sick.
I'm down.
Are you gonna skate with Bam?
So
fuck.
I don't know. I don't know if he'll be there or not, but like just to see Castle Bam and to skate the ramp and dude, that's just like a lifelong dream and a bucket list item for me because
that's
watching all the CKY videos, it's like, and Viva La Bam, it's like, dude, I gotta see it.
Dude, that's sick. All right, Connor, bro. Thanks again, man. Hopefully we'll do this again sooner than later.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Keep it up with the truck.
Show.
Keep skating. Keep fucking ripping, dude. We'll shred together one of these days. Thanks again, bro. And thank you to everybody for listening to this. Shout out to all the skateboarders out there. Bye.
Fuck yeah.